He's swung on and hit into right field deep. And you can't forget about this one. Blaze Salter hits number 5, and the Newport Gulls retake the lead.
This is the Newport Gulls pregame show, live from Cardines Field in Newport, Rhode Island.
Gone! A grand slam! To left power, right tower power, and the Gulls walk off in the 15th inning!
Coming up, interviews, stats, standings, lineups, and a whole lot more.
Come on, steps from the back for one out, throws to first, and it is in time, a double play.
And that one is gone! Joey Hefner!
A high drive, left field deep. Bolzano going back, looking up. This ball is a two-run homer. P.J. Jones hits it out.
Stay tuned. The pregame show begins now on the NECBL Broadcast Network. In his first year covering Newport Gulls baseball, here is play-by-play broadcaster Darren Zaslow.
Newport is looking to get back to its winning ways here tonight at Cardines Field at 6:35 p.m. when the Gulls host the New Bedford Bay Sox here on the Running Man Night. How you doing, everybody? Darren Zaslow with you here on the NECBL Broadcast Network. Newport currently 4-9 entering play tonight. New Bedford 5-6. The Gulls are trying to avenge a 7-1 loss at Ocean State last night in South Kingstown, Rhode Island. Cameron Meisner hit his first home run of the season. Andrew Dashbach led Newport with 2 hits in the ball game, but the Gulls offense could not find a rhythm. New Bedford, on the other hand, they're coming off a 2-1 victory over the Plymouth Pilgrims last night. Once again, New Bedford 5-6, Newport 4-9. So we'll see what the Gulls can do here tonight, trying to get that offense back into a rhythm. Newport looking to get back to its winning ways. Darren Zaslow with you here. The Newport Gulls pregame show starts right now.
Hello and welcome back to the pregame show here in the NECBL Broadcast Network. I'm Meredith Pepis here with Webb, and we are doing the Gulls Insider. Webb, how are you today?
Good, how are you?
Good. I understand you play college baseball in Rhode Island, and you are a Rhode Island native. How does it feel to play summer collegiate baseball here in Rhode Island?
It's truly a blessing to play here. I mean, great opportunity. D3 guys, so playing with a lot of D1 guys, pretty cool. And being at home is pretty awesome too. Newport, I mean, it's a great spot. I mean, it's like a place to be for the summer.
Do you have you ever played here at Cardines when you were younger, or was this your first time playing here?
I played Legion here when I was younger, and I also played for like a Sunset League that plays when we're actually away. So I mean, it's kind of cool playing here and like a different perspective.
Yeah. Do you like pitcher or second base better, and do you prepare differently for either of them or the same?
I kind of prepare the same. I've always been a two-way guy my whole life. I usually played third this year, play a little bit of short, but I kind of just go in there with the mentality of like a show and go, just show up and do whatever I need to do.
And lastly, who do you think has better hair, you or Kevin Heiss?
I don't even think that's a question. I think I do for sure.
I agree. The pregame show continues next here in the NECBL Broadcast Network.
Welcome back to the pregame show here on the NECBL Broadcast Network. It is time for the front office report. Darren Zaslow here, joined alongside Newport Gulls General Manager Chuck Pava. Chuck, obviously, up and down start for this Newport team right now. Talk to me, though, what you've seen from the fan support here at Cardines Field. We've played multiple games here at the ballpark, and what have you seen from them?
Well, the fan support's been great. Unfortunately, the weather hasn't cooperated. From night, you're just not really sure what the weather's going to do, and kind of creates a little bit of a problem for attendance. But the early part of the season is always slower because they're still in school. They only got out of school here locally last Monday, so this summer's going to start to pick up here. We're hitting July, and it'll be a madhouse in here every night.
We talk about the weather, we talk about fans. Well, an hour and 20-minute rain delay our last time here at home at Cardines Field, and those stands were still packed after 80 minutes of severe weather. What does that mean to you to see all these fans here in the ballpark, given that type of weather and that type of game?
Well, I mean, it's great. I mean, really for me, it's for the players, So when they come in here to support our team and these kids, and the kids start to feed off that energy. So it's all positive for the organization and for their summer experience.
Here for the players, of course, tons of talent on this Newport Gulls team. What have you seen from them the first couple weeks, and what's that selection process like picking these guys?
Well, let's start with what we've seen. I mean, the selection process first is you know, quite comprehensive these days because we have a lot of interest to come here. So we really do our due diligence, take our time, and try to select not only the best baseball players, but the best character kids that we could find. Character's important for us. So that's the first thing. Second is, how are they doing here? Well, most of these guys are just getting here. You know, we played the first 10 games with, first 4 or 5 games with like 11 or 12 guys. And every day now, guys are starting to come in, the guys that we've signed originally. So, you know, we're hopeful to get them going, and it takes a while to make adjustment to wood. Some of these guys haven't played in a couple of weeks or a week or so, so it's getting their feet back under them. But, you know, we started out slow, but this team will be there in the end, I'll guarantee that.
Obviously, you've been here in Newport for numerous years. Can you kind of compare what this team is like currently to teams of the past that you've seen?
This team is really talented, but they're not here. So when you get all the pieces here, this team will be as talented as any team we've ever had here, really. But it's just getting them here and then getting consistency with their routines, with the pitchers' routines, to kind of get some continuity from game to game. And I think things will fall into place. You know, there's a boatload of talent here. Every year we have a lot of talent on paper, but, you know, keeping them healthy and keeping them here all summer is the challenge for everybody.
Of course, here at the ballpark, the Running Man Night, free mini helmets will be given away courtesy of Flat Waves. Any other great events coming up here at Cardines?
Well, we always have good events in July, and we have the Raytheon Military Appreciation Night, Clements Night, the Mark Weed Night. We have quite a few other nights that we have annually. In the Volunteer Appreciation Night, the Host Family Appreciation Night. So the attendance just starts spiking in July, and the kids will really enjoy that.
It's the Gulls and the Bay Sox here at 6:35 p.m. from Cardines Field in Newport, Rhode Island. For the general manager, Chuck Pava, I'm Darren Zaslow. The Newport Gulls pregame show continues next right here on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
Welcome back to the pregame show here on the NECBL Broadcast Network. I'm Dave Peck alongside Carter Aldretti. Carter, how was the flight over here?
It was a nightmare. Flight got canceled, lost my baggage, but I'm glad to be over here and in such a beautiful city and great players and great teammates, so happy to be here.
Coming all the way from the West Coast, you batted .270 this year, starting all 55 games for the Sun Devils. What was it like adjusting to Pac-12 baseball?
The adjustment wasn't as major as I thought it was going to be, but just the preparation for every game was a lot more intense in high school. I mean, every detail, every little thing that goes into each game in college is a lot different than high school, so I think that was the biggest transformation for me.
And you were drafted by the Red Sox in 2016. Tell us, what was going through your head? Where were you when you got the call?
Well, actually, I mean, I got drafted late, really late. I didn't even think they were going to take me because, I mean, what happened on day 1 and day 2 of the draft, I knew that circumstances weren't where I wanted them to be. I think I was, like, parking my car, and the area scout called me and goes, "Hey, man, we just took you." And I, like, paused for a second. I was like, why? Like, you know I'm not going to sign. I'm going to college. And he was like, "Oh, you know, it's just to follow up what you've everything we followed you with, and you're a good kid, and, like, for the future reference and all this stuff." And I was just like, well, I appreciate it, but I'm going to go be a Sun Devil, and I'll see you in a couple years.
Well, we're happy to have you here in Newport. Tell us, what are you looking forward to most this season playing with the Gulls?
I'm looking forward to meeting a lot of my new teammates. I mean, it's always fun when you get to play on different teams and build relationships with different players. Also playing on this historic field. I guess someone told me Babe Ruth played here. So
He did.
That's pretty cool. And same side dugouts, that's going to be something new for me too. So I'm looking forward to it.
Did you know any of the guys before you came here, or are you still trying to meet everybody?
I knew a few of them. Me and Dash are from somewhat of the same area, so we kind of had an idea we were playing together. And JJ, I played with him on Team USA, so, I mean, I got a few friends, but looking forward to making new ones.
All right, great. Well, happy to have you here. Carter Aldretti, Dave Peck. Pregame show continues next here on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
Welcome back to the pregame show here on the NECBL Broadcast Network. It is time for the Coaches Report. Darren Zaslow with you here, joined alongside Newport Gulls pitching coach Kevin Winterroad. Kevin, a 4-9 start for this Newport team right now. Talk to me, what have you seen from this pitching staff thus far?
Just we need to be more consistent. It's early still. I know a lot of people panic, but we're still getting kids in and stuff. So we just need to be more consistent in what we're doing.
Consistency definitely a thing that has been talked about here early on. What does this team need to do to be more consistent?
I think a lot of it has to do with the number of kids coming in and out. You know, we need to get our whole team that's going to play together and start playing together every day, and I think we're going to be fine.
At times we've seen the offense click, we've seen the defense click, the pitching. Newport right now looking to put that all together. Do you think tonight is the night that this Gulls team can do that against New Bedford?
I think it could be any night. You know, it's a real mental game, and all it takes is one spark for everything to come together. So I don't think it's very far off.
The last time these two teams met, Newport victorious over New Bedford by a score of 7-5. That one in 16 innings. Talk to me about that game and the pitching in that game for Newport. Huge for that victory.
Yeah, that was not planned for. Let's just put it that way. As a matter of fact, when the game ended, we were warming up one of our second basemen to come in and pitch. So it's tough on your staff, especially because we were really shorthanded back then. But it was a good win, and our kids stayed in the ball game the whole time, and it was nice to get that win after that long a game.
Well, Kevin, thanks so much for your time. We wish you the best of luck. It's Newport and New Bedford here at 6:35 p.m. here on the Running Man Night from Cardines Field in Newport, Rhode Island. The Newport Gulls pregame show continues next right here on the NECBL Broadcast Network. Welcome back to the pregame show here on the NECBL Broadcast Network. It is time for the Broadcasters Roundtable. Darren Zaslow with you here. To my left is Newport Gulls field reporter Dave Peck, and to my right, the voice of the New Bedford Bay Sox, Alex Levitt. Dave, I'm going to start with you right now. Newport team coming into the ballgame at 4-9 overall. The team currently hitting .204 in the NECBL. That is the worst in the league. Again, the offensive struggles have remained prevalent here through the first 2 weeks of play.
Yeah, they've really been building up the strikeouts is one of the things that I look at. Not putting the ball in play as much as possible and not giving the other team chances to maybe make some errors and give us some free base runners to be able to knock in guys later in the game. You know, we had a couple of home runs in the past couple of games. Meisner was able to get a hold of one yesterday in that 7-1 loss. But you really look at tonight as just trying to put the car in drive, if you will, and get this thing going, because we know this team is very talented and what they have at the plate. It's just a matter of putting it together. We got the orange jerseys tonight to kind of change the fortune for this team, and let's go get it tonight, huh?
Newport fell to Ocean State last night in Game 2 of the Pell Bridge Series by a final score of 7-1. In that game, the Waves out-hit the Gulls 12-5. And similar in that game, you know, the offense really couldn't find a rhythm. Do you think tonight is the turning point for this offense in this season?
I would love for it to be the turning point, honestly, Darren. I would love for tonight to be the night. You're playing New Bedford, another close team. We went 16 innings with them last time we played. We were able to get the win. Another good program, though, and pretty much every time you come to the ballpark, it's a test, and it's an opportunity to get better and kind of start things forward towards the playoffs. So, yeah, it'd be great to have things work out tonight. They just gotta keep their heads up and remain consistent, get consistent at-bats, and not waste any pitches, really.
Alex, for New Bedford, a team that is 5-6 entering play tonight, coming off a 2-1 win over Plymouth. How about that start from Jack Nelson? 7.1 innings pitched for the Boston College product, allowed just one earned run. Talk to me about that game and what you saw from Nelson on the mound.
He was terrific. He was just in command the entire time. He had great fastball command, and he had a nasty breaking ball and changeup that complemented it very nicely. He gave way to the bullpen and put them in a great position to get the win, and they were able to hold off a tight 2-1 victory.
Also for New Bedford, Luke Bacala from Kansas. He has been absolutely sensational thus far. A .391 batting average for the Kansas product. He ties the league lead in hits with 18. How important has Bacala been to this lineup?
He's been huge. He and Karsten Sherman have been a tremendous part of the resurgence of the New Bedford offense that's happened over the last week and a half or so. They really didn't get a whole lot of offensive output in the early part of the season to go with their good pitching. The pitching has mildly dropped off. It's in the bottom half. They're 6th in the league. However, the offense has exploded. Karsten Sherman and Luke Bacala have just gone off for them in recent days. The only trouble's been hitting with runners in scoring position. If they can figure that out, this team is going to win some games.
Newport and New Bedford split the first 2 games of this season. The last time these two teams met, Newport victorious over the Bay Sox, 7-5 in 16 innings. Alex, do you think that adds a little extra spice to this matchup?
Oh, I think it has to, because especially because of the way the game went in extra innings. You had some controversial calls. You had some plays go one way or the other. It was really a game that either team could have won. So I definitely think that New Bedford has a bone to pick with Newport tonight.
It's the Bay Sox and the Gulls at 6:35 p.m. here from Cardines Field in Newport, Rhode Island. Newport Gulls baseball is up next right here on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
Once again, here's Darren Zaslow and the Newport Gulls broadcast team.
We'd like to welcome you into Cardines Field here at Newport, Rhode Island. We are just about ready for a Southern Division matchup between the visiting New Bedford Bay Sox and the Newport Gulls. How you doing, everybody? Darren Zaslow with you here on the NECBL Broadcast Network. I'm joined here alongside Newport Gulls scorekeeper Ben Maxoud, the voice of the New Bedford Bay Sox, Alex Levitt, and Gulls field reporter Sam Salinger. We are all here with you, ready for baseball. New Bedford is 5-6, Newport 4-9. Both of these teams in desperate need of wins here tonight. New Bedford trying to get back to 500. Newport trying to snap a 2-game losing streak here on the Running Man night. Free mini helmets being given away courtesy of Flat Waves. And, well, Alex, you look at this New Bedford team, and I'll tell you what a big win yesterday. A 2-1 victory over Plymouth. Talk to me about that win. And Jack Nelson, the starter from Boston College, what a great game for him. 7 innings pitched, 1 earned run, a great outing for the right-hander.
Yeah, it was huge. Nelson was able to work into the 8th inning of that game. He was exceptional from the start. He was throwing hard. He was locating his fastball well. He had excellent command of his breaking ball, of his changeup, of his off-speed pitches. He was in the zone from the start. He made it an easy night on the bullpen. He got just a little bit of offensive support, and at the end of the night, it was enough.
We talked about Luke Bacala in the pregame show, specifically the Broadcasters Roundtable, and, well, the Kansas product has been excellent this year for New Bedford. He is someone to keep an eye on. Bacala, a .391 batting average. That's number 5 in the league. But how about this? Tied for the league lead with 18 hits. Alex, talk to me more about Bacala, and again, what have you seen from him this year, and his importance to this lineup is huge.
Yeah, he's been huge the whole season, and he's been top 5 in batting average the whole season, and I really think the reason is the consistency of his approach at the plate. He's very selective with his pitches. He works good counts. He takes pitchers deep into counts, and because of that, he's able to eventually, at the end of the day, get pitches to hit because the guys on the mound know this guy's not going to swing if it's not touching the plate.
We'll break down this New Bedford team for you. A .244 team batting average, that's number 5 in the league. A 3.55 team ERA, that's number 8, and a .958 fielding percentage for the Bay Sox, that is number 8 as well. Newport coming off a 7-1 loss at Ocean State last night in a game where Newport's offense just could not find a rhythm. Ocean State out-hit Newport 12-5 in the ball game. Cameron Meisner, though, did hit his first home run of the season. That was a solo shot over the right center field fence. For Newport offensively, a .204 team batting average. That is the worst in the NECBL. A .445 team ERA. The 3rd worst in the league at a .957 fielding percentage. That is number 9. Once again, New Bedford 5-6. Newport 4-9 here on the Running Man night. Free mini helmets given away here at the ballpark, courtesy of Flat Waves. Don't go anywhere. We'll get you a look around the NECBL scoreboard for last night and the standings. This is the NECBL Broadcast Network. We welcome you back into Cardines Field here in Newport, Rhode Island. We are just about ready for baseball between the Bay Sox and the Gulls. Darren Zaslow with you here, joined alongside Newport Gulls scorekeeper Ben Maxoud, the voice of the New Bedford Bay Sox, Alex Levitt, and to my right, Gulls field reporter Sam Salinger, who will take you through last night's NECBL scoreboard. How you doing, Sam?
Thanks, Darren. Last night we got the Winnipesaukee beating the Keene Swamp Rats 13-5, and we got the New Bedford Bay Sox routing the Plymouth Pilgrims 2-1. The Mystic Schooners beat the Sanford Mainers 7-6, and our Newport Gulls fell to the Ocean State Waves 7-1, while the Valley Blue Sox took on the Upper Valley Nighthawks 4-1.
Thank you so much, Sam. And as you can see on the field in front of you, the Newport Gulls jogging out to their positions as the starting lineup and their names being called. They are being joined out there by some baseball buddies, as we are still awaiting first pitch here at the ballpark. And again, a very nice night for baseball, and we'll get you the official weather here in just a little bit as we continue on with our pregame show here. And, you know, Alex, for this New Bedford team, just one game under 500 right now, you know, how important is it for this team to get a win here tonight, to take the series lead over Newport, and to get back to 500 at the end of the day?
I think it's important. I think last night was important, and I think tonight is important as well. And I think the fact that they were able to get that win last night has to at least give them the confidence, okay, we got off the schneid, and I'll tell you, they were very happy after last night's game that they had won that game. It was a huge relief, and I feel that the pressure's been lifted off their shoulders, and they'll be able to go out there, and they might not win, but they will definitely swing loose and play loose tonight. They had gotten a little bit tight over that week. You know, it's a long losing streak. A week, you had some off days, some rainouts thrown in. It's tough, but they were able to put it together, win a tight, close game, and I think that's going to loosen them up tonight.
Well, I asked you that question because, well, this game very important for both of these teams. And when you look at the NECBL standings, which Sam will take us through in just a couple seconds, you can see specifically in that Southern Division, it is a close race. And Sam, why don't you take us through both the Northern and Southern Division standings?
Thanks, Darren. In the Northern Division, we have the Valley Blue Sox at 8-3, the Upper Valley Nighthawks at 9-4, and the North Adams Steeplecats at 6-5. We got the Vermont Mountaineers at 6-6, and the Winnipesaukee Muskrats at 6-6 as well. We got the Keene Swamp Bats at 5-8, and the Sanford Mainers at 2-10. In the Southern Division, we have the Ocean State Waves sitting at 8-1, and the Plymouth Pilgrims at 7-6, and the Mystic Schooners at 5-5. We got the New Bedford Bay Sox at 5-6, and the Danbury Westerners at 5-7, and our Newport Gulls at 4-9.
So there you can see it. You know, it's pretty indicative right there. 3 games separates the number 2 seed currently and the Gulls right now, who are currently in last place in the Southern Division. That's how close it is. That's why every single game matters. That's why, especially getting into the playoffs, the top 3 teams on each side make it. So every game matters even more now because it's tougher to make the postseason here in the New England Collegiate Baseball League. Well, our first pitches are being thrown out here at the ballpark. What we're going to do, take a quick little break, come back with the national anthem. First pitch between the Bay Sox and the Gulls right around the corner here on the NECBL Broadcast Network. Welcome back into Cardines Field here in Newport, Rhode Island. Our first pitches tonight are currently being thrown out. Chris Hogan, Matt Cogan, Brian Constantino, Joe Gregamo, and CJ Fonda all have been throwing out the first pitches here at the ballpark. There you can see on the screen in front of you. Pre-game festivities are just about to conclude as we're almost ready for baseball here between the visiting New Bedford Bay Sox and the Newport Gulls. New Bedford 5-6 entering play here tonight. Newport 4-9 here on the Running Man night. Free mini helmets have been given out before the game, courtesy of Flat Waves. And for tonight, it's a big game, obviously, for both of these 2 teams. The national anthem tonight will be sung by the Middletown Pan Mass Challenge Volunteers, and the honor guard is the Lincoln Police Department. We'll send it down to field level for that national anthem to be sung by the Middletown Pan Mass Challenge Volunteers.
Tonight, the singing of the national anthem will be by 2 PMC Kids Riders. One, Telly Quinn, who's an amazing individual who sings for our local band, The Natives, and Hannah Wertens. She's the bravest 12-year-old I've ever met with the voice of an... Here you go, guys.
A beautiful national anthem sung. We are just about ready for baseball. We will get you starting lineups and first pitch after this. This is the NECBL Broadcast Network.
Franklin is proud to be the official.
We're here at Cardines Field in Newport, Rhode Island for the third game between the New Bedford Bay Sox and the Newport Gulls. Darren Zaslow with you here in the broadcast booth, joined alongside Gulls scorekeeper Ben Maxow, the voice of the New Bedford Bay Sox, Alex Levitt, and Gulls field reporter Sam Salinger. We are all here with you, ready for NECBL baseball. New Bedford 5-6 entering play tonight, Newport 4-9. And before we get this game going, Alex, why don't you take us through this starting lineup for those New Bedford Bay Sox?
All right, at shortstop, leading off, Corey Joyce. The second baseman will bat second. That's Nick Neville. The DH tonight will be Dan Schock, who had a big night last night. Karsten Sherman will clean up at first base. Cody Doyle will catch for the second straight night and bat fifth. TJ Lake is in center, he bats sixth. Jordan Fucci is the right fielder, he bats seventh. The number 8 hitter is Dante Baldelli, he's in left, and Kevin Brophy is at third and batting ninth. And on the mound for the Bay Sox, it's Brent Teller.
They're going to go to work against Newport starting right-hander Trevor Tinder out of the University of Georgia. Tinder this year 1-1 with a 4.36 ERA. In 10.1 innings pitched, he's allowed 7 hits, has struck out 15, and has walked 7. And for the Newport Gulls, their starting lineup looks like this. Leading off is the left fielder Cameron Meisner out of Missouri. The designated hitter batting second is Andrew Dashbach from Stanford. Gabe Snyder's at first base from Wright State. He hits third. The cleanup man is the third baseman Tyler Green from Vanderbilt. J.J. Blade is in right field batting fifth, making his Newport Gulls debut here tonight. He is from Vanderbilt. Batting sixth, the shortstop is Bruce Steele from Wake Forest. Ty Duvall is behind the plate catching from Vanderbilt. He bats seventh. Kate Cabanis hits eighth, is in center field from Oklahoma State. And rounding out the Newport order in his second game as a Newport Gull, the second baseman Carter Aldretti from Arizona State. And the Gulls will be facing, for the New Bedford Bay Sox, they are going to go to Brent Teller, right-handed pitcher out of Sacred Heart. And Alex, why don't you tell us about Teller?
Yeah, Brent Teller has had a great start to the season this year. He's got a sub-2 ERA. However, he has just gotten no run support. He's got an ERA of 1.8, 0-1 as a starter. But again, that doesn't really tell the story of how well he's pitched so far. You see 8 strikeouts and 5 walks. Both of his starts were at the beginning of the season, really before Karsten Sherman and Luke Bacala got started hitting for the Bay Sox. So if Brent Teller can get some run support tonight, I think he's going to put his team in a good position to win.
Your umpires here tonight at the ballpark. Charles Campbell is behind the dish at home plate, and on the bags, Silvio Martinez Jr. and Will Bowers. Tonight's weather here in Newport, Rhode Island, cloudy, 69 degrees, 16-mile-per-hour winds around the 9 o'clock hour. It will go down to about 68 degrees. So, very nice temperature. As digging in is Corey Joyce. Trevor Tinder toes the rubber, works out of the windup, kicks and fires to Joyce. A high fastball misses above the letters for ball 1. We are underway here at 6:40 p.m. Tinder winds and delivers the next offering. Fastball line to left field. It gets down, a base hit in front of Meisner. The leadoff single for the shortstop Corey Joyce out of NC Central. Already New Bedford in business here, Alex.
Corey Joyce, who got a day off yesterday, a well-deserved day off. That's now his 13th hit of the year. It'll up an average. That was at 286 coming in.
Newport wearing brand new jerseys here tonight. They are orange with Newport written in white from left to right. The numbers on the front and the back of the jersey are white. The Gulls wear white pants with an orange and blue stripe down the sides.
Color rush game, if you will.
You gotta like it. Tinder works out of the windup against Nick Neville, the second baseman out of Notre Dame. Bats on the left side. This one bunted first base side, picked up by Tinder. He will throw out Neville by a couple steps, but it does the job. Into scoring position at second base goes Corey Joyce. Neville retired on the sac bunt, 1-3 if you're keeping score with us at home.
And this is the part where it's gotten tough for the Bay Sox offense recently, once they've gotten runners into scoring position. At least they're getting them there in the last few weeks. They've still had a little bit of difficulty punching guys home from second and third.
New Bedford in their road red tops with Bay Sox written in navy blue from left to right with white trim. The numbers on the back of the jerseys are navy blue as well. The Bay Sox wear gray pants with a red stripe down the sides. Dan Schock, the designated hitter, digs in from Sacred Heart. He'll line this one into right field. Coming on is Blade. He'll play it on a hop. They're going to hold up Joyce at third. It's a one-out single for Dan Schock. Second hit of the inning for the Bay Sox. Puts runners on the corners for the first baseman out of Kaiser University, Karsten Sherman.
And Dan Schock, we know we talked about Sherman off the top, we talked about Bacala off the top, but Dan Schock, who just had that base hit to left, is a guy who has been red hot. He homered and hit an RBI single yesterday, and he has put it together. That's why he's up in the 3-hole tonight.
So we will see what Karsten Sherman can do. Enters play tonight with a .275 batting average. He's 11 for 40, has 8 RBIs. Bats tall from the left side. First pitch skied in the air, foul left side, out of play. It is 0-1 on the cleanup hitter, Sherman.
From just outside of Seattle, Mercer Island, Washington, which is right across the water from Seattle.
Also has 16 strikeouts in those 40 at-bats. Has scored 5 runs. Slightly open stance from the left side, the back foot on the back line of the left-handed batter's box. 0-1, big swing and a miss from Sherman. Nice job by Tinder to go to the curveball there, 0-2. One away, top one here at Cardines Field. We're scoreless. The Bay Sox threatening early on with runners on the corners. Tinder sets the black glove. Got letter high. Long pause of the mound. And does a third to first move. Does not throw the baseball. Just steps off and trying to keep Joyce at third and Schock at first. Close to the bags. First baseman Snyder holds on. Schock over there. Pick-off move, and we will get you Newport's starting defensive alignment here after the pitch.
Karsten was 1 for 4 yesterday.
Tinder sets. Once again, throws over to try and keep Schock close. He's back in standing up. Corey Joyce led off the inning with a single to left field. He moved up to second base on Nick Neville's sacrifice bunt. Dan Schock single to right field, puts runners on the corners here for Karsten Sherman. Swing and a miss, a backdoor bender for strike 3. First strikeout of the evening for Trevor Tinder, and there are 2 away. Your Newport starting defensive alignment looks like this. From left to right around the Gulls infield, Tyler Green is at third, Bruce Steele is at shortstop, Carter Aldretti is at second base. At first is Gabe Snyder. From left to right in the Newport outfield, Cameron Meisner is in left, Cade Cabanis in center. J.J. Blade makes his Newport debut. He is in right. Catching the balls and strikes from Trevor Tinder is Ty Duvall. Here's Cody Doyle, the catcher out of Sacred Heart. Skies this one behind home plate. Off the home plate roofing here, and it is 0-1. Nice job by Tinder to jump ahead.
Cody got the start behind the dish yesterday for the Bay Sox. It was his birthday, but he didn't have any hits to show for it.
Tinder works out of the stretch, gets his sign from Duvall. He will throw over to first. Back in safely is Schock. Take you through the field dimensions here after the pitch from Tinder. It's 0-1 on Cody Doyle. He sets and deals. Curveball in there for strike 2. Your field dimensions here at the ballpark: 315 down the left field line, 365 to left center, 395 to deep center field, 340 to right center field, 285 down the right field line. The fences here at the ballpark are 28 feet high. The lights are shining here at Cardines Field. Tinder sets with a long pause on the mound, the 0-2 pitch. This one lined right side, caught by Aldretti, the second baseman, ranging over to his left. Makes the play in shallow right field to end the frame. So Trevor Tinder works around 2 singles as the Gulls get out of the inning. For New Bedford, they get no runs on 2 hits, leave 2 aboard with no Newport errors. The Gulls will take their first swings of the night when we come back right here on the NECBL Broadcast Network. Welcome back here to Cardines Field in Newport, Rhode Island. The Gulls going to try and take an early lead here on the New Bedford Bay Sox. And for the Bay Sox, their starting defensive alignment looks like this. From left to right around the Bay Sox infield. At third base is Kevin Brophy. The shortstop is Corey Joyce. At second is Nick Neville. And at first is Karsten Sherman. From left to right, the New Bedford outfield, Dante Baldelli is in left field. The center fielder is T.J. Lake. In right field is Jordan Fucci. Behind the dish is Cody Doyle catching the balls and strikes. From Brent Teller, the right-hander on the mound from Sacred Heart University. Well, I'll tell you what, Alex, New Bedford with a chance there in that first frame to grab, an early lead here, but credit the job of Trevor Tinder working around a couple singles and really throwing some really tough pitches to hit.
Yeah, he did a good job. Obviously got out of trouble. Got himself in trouble pretty quickly, but was able to work out of it. And again, you saw the Bay Sox inability to hit with runners in scoring position illustrated in that first inning.
Well, here's Cameron Meisner. He's the leadoff man with a .340 batting average for Newport. 16 for 47. He's gotten off to a great start. Goes to Missouri. Hit his first home run of the year last night. A solo home run over the right center field fence at Old Mountain Field as the Gulls fell to the Ocean State Waves 7-1. Teller kicks and fires. A fastball runs off the outside edge to Meisner. It is 1-0.
Mentioned Teller 0-1 with a 1.8 here on the NECBL season in 2 starts.
He winds and delivers. Fastball fouled straight back. 1 ball and 1 strike. Teller wears the red and white stirrups there on the mound, but some Bay Sox players wear just the high red socks up to the kneecap. 1-1 the count on Meisner. Pitch on the way from Teller. Fastball called strike 2 on the outside corner.
Teller had a 4.43 ERA in college this year at Sacred Heart University in Connecticut. He went 4-3, 14 starts.
1-2, taken down and away. Nice job there by Meisner to see that one out of the zone. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Also made 5 relief appearances for Sacred Heart this season. Has not made any for the Bay Sox, and that's not their plan.
Next pitch. Fouled off left side. We'll do it again. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Meisner. Cameron Meisner led Missouri in stolen bases this past spring with 17. Does have a lot of speed on the base paths and has done an excellent job as Newport's leadoff man. 2-2, taken down and away. Pushes the count full to 3 balls and 2 strikes. Playing about 5 feet to his left is the third baseman, Brophy. So does the shortstop, Joyce. Payoff pitch from Teller. Fastball chopped weakly right side. Picked up there by Neville. Bobbles it, gathers, throws the first, not in time. An error on Neville. Kind of took a tough in-between hop on him, but Newport will take it. An E4, Meisner reaches. There you can see on your instant replay, Meisner beats that throw by about a half a step. We talked about the speed there, Alex, from Meisner, and there you see it.
Yeah, very well illustrated as he just didn't have a chance. Neville knocks that ball down, keeps it in front of him, does everything you're supposed to do. It took him a little bit long to gather it, and that was enough for Meisner to reach.
So here's Andrew Dashbach, the designated hitter out of Stanford, batting in the number 2 spot. Dashbach, an excellent start to this NECBL campaign here in 2017. 8 for 24, 5 runs scored, 6 RBIs. Looks at a fastball down and away for ball 1.
I believe the first game that he played on the NECBL season was at New Bedford.
That is correct. And he really has done a nice job offensively. Off of first is Meisner. He's held on by Sherman, 1-0. This one hits Dashbach on that front elbow, puts runners on first and second. Newport in business here for the first baseman, Gabe Snyder, out of Wright State. Snyder this year, 357 hitter. Has also gotten off to a nice start. He is 5 for 14 with 3 RBIs. And we'll see what Snyder can do. Bats from the left side.
Teller needs to settle down right here, get some pitches over the plate, settle this inning down. Obviously, the error was not his fault, but doesn't want to work himself into too much trouble too early.
Teller will work out of the stretch from the first base side of the rubber. Off of first is Dashbach. He was hit by a pitch. Off of second is Meisner. He reached on an error. Teller deals. Curveball, line drive, base hit, right center field. It gets down in the alley. They're going to wave home Meisner. He will score. To third base goes Dashbach. Into second with a no-out. RBI double is Gabe Snyder. It gives Newport a 1-0 lead here in the bottom half of the first.
Yeah, that was a major league hanger right there by Brent Teller. Left that hanging curveball right over the middle of the plate, and it looked as big as a beach ball for Gabe Snyder.
Great piece of hitting there by Snyder. Newport still in business here for Tyler Green, the cleanup man. He's at third base from Vanderbilt. So we'll see what Green can do. Bats from the right side. Teller out of the stretch. Sets the tan glove, belt buckle high. First pitch, big swing and a miss there by Green. It's 0-1. Green swings the black-barreled bat and the tan handle. Teller out of the stretch. The 0-1 pitch. Fastball, called strike 2, inside corner. It's a nice pitch.
Opponents hit .227 against the Bay Sox staff. ERA of 3.55. That is 8th in the league.
Green with a big spot here to try and give Newport a larger advantage. Teller gets back on the rubber, works from the first base side. Already 1 run scored in the inning on 1 hit, an error and a hit by pitch. Still no outs in the frame. Cleanup man Green is at the plate. 0-2 on the way. Runs inside, 1 ball and 2 strikes there on Tyler Green. We talked about it in the pregame show. Newport as a team hitting just .204 this season. The lowest batting average in the NECBL. On the other hand, New Bedford enters the contest at .244. That's number 5. 1-2. Swing and a miss there by Green. First strikeout of the ball game there by Teller. And Alex, that was a two-seam fastball that ran just off the inner edge. Started probably as a strike, but that's a tough pitch to hit.
Yeah, and he does throw that two-seamer. It also throws a variant of that pitch that'll break more down, the split-seamer.
So here's J.J. Blade making his Gulls debut. The right fielder bats in the number 5 spot. Swings the all-tan bat, looks at a fastball that runs wide of the zone for ball 1. Blade this year at Vanderbilt played in 51 games, made 48 starts. He hit .256, had 2 home runs and 22 RBIs, an on-base percentage of .384. Blade is ready, 1-0. Lifted foul, left side, gets out of play. 1-1.
It's one of the reasons that it's sometimes hard to figure out what Teller's throwing you is that a lot of his stuff is the same speed. He does have very good off speed when he wants to go to it, but he likes to stick with the fastball.
Blade with the black arm sleeve on the left arm. Looks at a breaking ball about ankle high, 2 balls and 1 strike. Newport already leads 1-0 here in the bottom half of the first. 1 away and runners on second and third.
Yeah, there's no doubt this is a pressure situation in the early part of this game to determine the early momentum.
We'll see if Teller can work around an error, a hit by pitch, and a double. Struck out Tyler Green. So that's the 1 out in the inning. Sets the scene here for J.J. Blade from Vanderbilt. And his first at bat as a Newport Gull. 2-1. Ground ball back to Teller on the mound. He'll throw out Blade. 2 away. Blade retired 1-3.
And that's exactly how you draw it up if you're Brent Teller. Obviously, you know the sac fly is in play, so you want something on the ground. A little chopper back to himself, able to look back the runner at third, and then get that out at first with no advance.
So here's Bruce Steele, the shortstop from Wake Forest. We'll dig in from the right side. Steele hit 13 home runs for the Demon Deacons this season. He's played some very good defense this far as well. Looks at a fastball down and away for ball 1. So Bruce Steele is ready. Swings the black-barreled bat and the tan handle. Black elbow guard on the front elbow. Steele played in 53 games. He started in 52. He hit .264. He skies this one in the air down the third base line. It gets out of play. 1-1 on the number 6 hitter in this Newport lineup in Bruce Steele.
Teller had a huge improvement on his regular season this year in his strikeout to walk ratio. He went from +5 to +19.
Steele also had 38 RBIs, an on-base percentage of .383 at Wake Forest. 1-1. Swing and a miss. Nice changeup there from Teller. 1-2. Well, I'll tell you what, Alex, if Teller could find a way to work out of this inning with just 1 run given up after an error, a hit by pitch, and a double, you know, that would be pretty big.
And you saw him go to the off-speed there to try and get that bat head out in front, and he fooled Steele. It'll be interesting to see what he goes with now ahead in the count.
Teller tucks the tan glove about shoulder high as he gets the sign from Doyle. Sets at the belt. 1-2 pitch to Steele. Fastball taken downstairs, 2-2.
Looking for a chase right there. He had a pitch to waste.
Also has a base to give up. Ground ball. If Steele does walk, could set up a play at any base. Already 1-0 Newport, bottom 1, 2 away, runners on second and third, 2-2 the count to Bruce Steele at Wake Forest. The pitch, broken bat, weak ground ball to third, backhanded stop by Brophy, throw to first, retires Steele, and the inning is over. 5-3, Bruce Steele is retired. For Newport, they get 1 run on 1 hit, leave 2 aboard with 1 New Bedford error. We go to the top half of the second with a score, Newport 1, New Bedford 0. This is the NECBL Broadcast Network. And we go to the top half of inning number 2 here on the NECBL Broadcast Network. Darren Zaslow with you here, joined alongside Gulls scorekeeper Ben Maxout, the voice of the New Bedford Bay Sox, Alex Levitt, and Gulls field reporter Sam Salinger. New Bedford trying to answer here with the bats. TJ Lake, Jordan Fucci, Dante Baldelli all due up to face Trevor Tinder, who enters his second frame of work. He falls behind TJ Lake 1-0 with a curveball in the dirt. Lake out of West Virginia. He's in center field tonight. Next pitch on the way. In there for strike one there, right at the knees on the outside corner. TJ Lake, a 200 hitter entering play tonight, 5 for 25, a couple runs scored, an RBI. He has struck out 6 times. Resides in Toledo, Ohio. Slightly open stance from the left side. The red batting gloves, the all black bat, 1-1. Scott foul, left side, 1-2.
TJ had a very interesting kind of play on Tuesday night, chasing down a ball in center field, nearly made a Willie Mays-esque over-the-shoulder running catch. It actually bounced out of his glove, bounced off the wall, and back into his glove. But, of course, that doesn't count.
Tender out of the windup, the 1-2 pitch. Backdoor curveball, high pop-up. Left side of the infield, the shortstop Steele is under. Reaches up, puts it away with one hand, one away. Tinder doing a nice job settling down after giving up a couple hits. For the first 3 batters he saw in that top half of the first. He has retired 3 in a row. Here's Jordan Fucci, the right fielder from Samford.
University in the city of Lexington, Kentucky.
Fucci with the open stance from the left side. Backdoor curveball. Misses below the knees. 1-0. Fucci, a 167 hitter, 4 for 24 entering play here tonight. 1 run scored, a couple RBIs, 9 strikeouts. 1-0 pitch, sharp ground ball right side. Past the dive of the second baseman Andretti. And a right field, a base hit, but it gets by Blade. It'll roll towards the fence. Fucci around first, digging for second. He pulls in there. Have to think it's going to be an error there on Blade in right field. That's what it's going to be to allow Fucci to move up an extra 90 feet. He's in scoring position at second base with a single and an error.
Jordan Fucci is a modest hitter, but he can set the table here at the bottom of the lineup.
Dante Baldelli, the left fielder from Boston College, will step in. Carter Aldretti laid out for that one at second base, almost made a terrific play. But it rolled past him into right field for the base hit. So here's Baldelli from Boston College. First pitch fastball, called strike on the outer edge, 0-1.
Of course, Dante's a great glue guy, as well as a pretty good player as well.
Baldelli with a 161 batting average. He's 5 for 31 with 7 walks.
Drew 1 walk last night. He was 0 for 2.
He struck out 13 times this year as well. Off of second is Fucci with a walking lead. Tender looks at him once. 0-1 pitch. Curveball. Misses away, 1-1.
Strikeouts have been a problem all season for the Bay Sox offense, especially in, again, men on base situations, 2-out situations.
Tinder gets his sign from Duval. 1-1 pitch. Fastball, sharp ground ball to shortstop, picked up there by Bruce. Thought about going to third, will throw out Baldelli at first instead. To third base goes Fucci, so he's just 90 feet away from tying this ball game. 6-3, Baldelli is retired. Brings up the third baseman, Kevin Brophy from West Virginia.
Yeah, that was a smart play by Bruce. Looking the runner at third, but in the end making the decision to go to first base smart, because now with 2 out, you can end the inning.
Would have been a very close play there, third, Alex. I agree with you on that one. Take the out. Trevor Tinder still controls the inning here on the mound up against Brophy. Bats on the left side. First pitch grounded up the middle. Backhanded by Aldretti. He has no play. Coming in to score on an RBI infield single is Jordan Fucci. The game is now tied 1-1.
And that's got to feel good. Kevin Brophy coming in had the lowest batting average of any full-time player in the league. But guess what? He just picked up an RBI single right there on the infield hit, and maybe it'll get something rolling for him.
Nice job by Aldretti to even get to that baseball, but no play there picking that up in shallow center field. So an RBI single for Brophy. ties up the score 1-1, brings back up the top of the order, and Corey Joyce, the shortstop from NC Central. Bats from the right side, swings the tan-barreled bat, the black handle. Wears red and black batting gloves with white wrist tape. Looks at a breaking ball high in the zone, 1-0. 1-1 your score, top two. 2 away, a runner on first in Brophy, who singled.
Of course, Joyce singled last inning to start this game, but different situation here.
He is 1 for 1. Tender with a pickoff move over to first, back in with a head-first dive in front of the tag there from Snyder is Brophy. New Bedford out hitting Newport in the ball game, 4-1 thus far. Pitch on the way to Joyce, runs high and inside towards the hands. 2 balls and no strikes.
Joyce picked up his second RBI of the season on Wednesday night at Keene. Doesn't get too many chances, being the leadoff man anytime he plays.
Joyce steps out, now digs back in with the back foot on the back line of the right-handed batter's box. Starting to wear away here in the top half of the second. Next pitch, line to left field. It gets down, a base hit. To second base goes Brophy. It's picked up there by Meisner. Throws it back into the infield. Corey Joyce now 2 for 2 with a couple singles here tonight.
And he continues to be hot. He's hit better, I think, than his batting average indicates, and is showing it tonight as he's raised that with a couple of hits.
Already 5 hits thus far for the Bay Sox. Here's Nick Neville, the second baseman out of Notre Dame. Does not have an official at-bat. Was retired on a sacrifice bunt, 1-3. To move Joyce up to second base in scoring position there early on in the first. Tinder wears the high royal blue socks on the mound, sets the black glove about letter high. Takes a deep breath with a look towards second. A long pause on the mound. First pitch. This one drilled down the right field line. It'll get down and roll all the way to the fence into the right field corner. Brophy will score. They're going to wave home Joyce. Now he gets the stop sign. Will retreat back to the bag. It is a 2-out RBI double off the bat of Nick Neville to put New Bedford ahead 2-1 here in the top half of the second.
Stuck that bat head out and ripped it down into that right field corner. Another very solid hit for Neville. When he gets that extension with the hands, and he was able to go out after that one on the outer part of the plate, he's able to really do a good job of making sure that he can put his full power into it by pulling that ball all the way around as he wraps it down the right field line and keeps it fair.
Here's Dan Schock, the designated hitter out of Sacred Heart. He is also 1 for 1. Bats from the right side. First pitch from Tinder. Curveball check swing. He went around for strike 1. Already 6 hits for New Bedford. Just 2 runs on those hits, though. So that's good news for Newport. Tinder out of the stretch. Off of second is Neville, off of third is Joyce. And the 0-1 pitch on the way from the right-hander. High curveball misses outside, 1-1.
Schock with a .219 career average at Sacred Heart. He's actually a Connecticut native as well. Batted .203 this season.
Has a red arm sleeve on the right arm, a black elbow guard on the left elbow. 1-1 pitch. Nice change up there by Tinder, swung on and missed by Schock. 1-2.
And just as I said about Brent Teller in the bottom of the first inning, this again a critical situation here for Tinder with second and third 2 out.
Tinder shakes off Duvall, and now they agree on the sign. Big pitch coming on the way from the Georgia right-hander. Here it is. Fastball, swing and a miss, strike 3. Second strikeout of the night for Trevor Tinder. Retires New Bedford here in the second. But for the Bay Sox, they push across 2 runs, and they do it on 4 hits with 1 Newport error, and they leave 2 aboard. We go to the bottom half of the second. The Gulls will try and answer with the bats right here on the NECBL Broadcast Network. Newport going to try and answer the New Bedford Bay Sox. They trail by a score of 2-1 as we go to the bottom half of inning number 2 for the Gulls. Bottom third of the order due up: Ty Duvall, Cade Cavanis, Carter Aldretti. Hitters 7, 8, and 9. And for New Bedford, Alex, you look at this offense right now, it is rolling.
Yeah, they're gotten going. Actually driving in some runs after a missed opportunity in that first inning. Some clutch hits in the second to give them the lead. Now it's on Brent Teller to try and do his thing.
So here is Ty Duvall. Bats from the left side, enters tonight's contest with a batting average of .208. Fouls off the first pitch he sees from Teller. 0-1.
It was almost an awkward start to that first inning for Brent Teller because of the fact that Nick Neville committed an error on the first batter. He immediately had to go to the stretch. Now, given the benefit of the lead back, we'll see if Teller will settle down here in the second.
0-1. Fastball fouled off deep down the left field line, and it gets out of play. 0-2. Duvall falls behind Teller. Teller holds the tan glove in front of his face. Shakes off Doyle, now winds and fires. Fastball, sharp ground ball up the middle, into center field, a base hit. Ty Duvall with a leadoff single. Second time the leadoff man has reached base for Newport. Brings up the center fielder, Cade Cavanis out of Oklahoma State, the second hit of the night for the Gulls.
Duvall's 6th hit of the season, ringing right up the middle on a couple of hops. No chance for either middle infielder to cut it off. And straight into center field.
Cade Cavanis will step in. Cavanis this season a 162 hitter, 6 for 37, 3 runs scored, a couple RBIs. He has struck out 15 times. That's on the left side. First pitch fouled off. Straight back to the home plate area fencing here at the ballpark. 0-1. Teller jumps ahead.
Yeah, right as I said, maybe Teller will settle down as I've given up the leadoff single. And for the second straight inning, the second batter, we'll see Teller pitch from the stretch.
Tucks that tan glove about shoulder high, gets the sign from Doyle. Out of the stretch. The 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss from Cavanis. 0-2.
Now, Teller, there's not a huge difference between his windup and his stretch just because he's done some relief work, but there's obviously a little bit of a difference there, especially with the power.
Certainly a different mindset you got to have on the mound, too, whenever you relieve in the middle of a game or come in to start. Skips a changeup in the dirt. Nice job by Doyle to smother that one. Cavanis laid off at 1-2. Off of first base is Duvall. He's held on by Karsten Sherman. About an average size, 9-foot lead over there. Cavanis is ready. So is Teller. 1-2 pitch. Changeup. Strike 3 called on the inside corner. Down looking goes Cade Cavanis. Second strikeout of the contest for Teller, 1 down.
And he went back to the fastball there down in the zone. And Cade Cavanis, I think, thought it might have been a two-seamer, might have been a split-seamer and dropped out of the zone, and it held up right at the knees for strike 3.
Well, here's Carter Aldretti, second baseman from Arizona State. Last night went 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts in the 7-1 loss at Ocean State out at Old Mountain Field. That's on the right side, the white arm sleeve on the left arm. Wears orange and blue batting gloves and swings the all-black bat. He just got a piece of a Teller fastball. He fouled it straight back. 0-1, and I'll tell you what, Alex, you look at the job that Teller has done. Well, just that hit by pitch wasn't helped out, with that error back in the first, but he's getting ahead of these Newport hitters, and that's helping him out.
Certainly has here in this second inning.
Sets from the first base side of the rubber. Off of first is Duvall, 0-1 pitch. This is down and in on Aldretti, 1-1. We're in the bottom half of the second, 1 away, and a runner on first. New Bedford with a 2-1 lead. They're currently out hitting the Gulls, 6-2. Both team has committed 1 error thus far. Aldretti, a right-handed hitter, gets back in the box, and a pickoff move to first from Teller. Back in safely is Duvall. The lights are on here at the ballpark. Cloudy skies, the trees overhang along the left center and center field fences. Of course, one of the unique dimensions here about Cardines Field, the hockey-style dugouts there down the first base line. We'll talk about those in just a minute. 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss. Strike 2, 1 ball and 2 strikes now on Aldretti. And the hockey-style dugouts, of course, here at Cardines Field, well, Newport's dugout closer to home plate. New Bedford's closer to first base, as you can see on your screen in front of you. Both dugouts on that first base line. Teller out of the stretch. 1-2 pitch. This one drilled. Foul down the right field line. Andretti got a good piece of that one, but was just a tad late on that delivery from Teller. The Baysox offense has gotten going here early on. Newport saw some offensive rhythm there back in the first, pushing across a run on one hit, an error and a hit by pitch. 1-2 to Aldretti. Sharp ground ball to short. Could be two. Backhanded stop by Joyce. Flips to second for one. Neville's relay to first is in time. 6-4-3. Gets Teller out of the inning. For Newport, they get no runs on one hit, leave no one aboard with no New Bedford errors. We go to the top half of the third. It's a 2-1 Baysox lead right here on the NECBL Broadcast Network. As we go to the top half of inning number 3, it's a 2-1 New Bedford Baysox lead over the Newport Gulls here on the NECBL Broadcast Network. Darren Zaslow with you here, joined alongside Gulls scorekeeper Ben Maxout, the voice of the New Bedford Baysox, Alex Levitt, and Gulls field reporter Sam Salinger. We are all here with you in the broadcast booth located behind home plate here at Cardines Field. And for the Baysox, they will send up hitters 4, 5, and 6. Karsten Sherman, Cody Doyle, and TJ Lake all up to the plate to take on Trevor Tinder. Newport starting right-hander out of the University of Georgia, who enters his third full inning of work. Deals a curveball for a called strike on the inside corner. 0-1 to Karsten Sherman, first baseman out of Kaiser University. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Next pitch on the way, misses high and away. 1-1.
I know Tinder read the book on Sherman. He went after him low in the zone.
1-1, taken low and inside, 2-1.
And he was able to get him on a strikeout with a low curveball on his first at bat.
Tinder holds the black glove in front of his face as he gets the sign from Duval. He kicks and fires an elevated fastball. That one misses upstairs. 3-1 now on Karsten Sherman.
Yeah, it's hard to determine the top of the strike zone with this guy.
Start to feel the winds here more at the ballpark. The 16-mile-per-hour winds. 3-1 pitch in there on the outer half to Sherman. 3-2. We're in the top half of the third. No one out. The base is empty. 2-1 New Bedford leads. 3-2 count on the cleanup man, Karsten Sherman. Tinder deals the payoff pitch. Fastball grounded hard up the middle into center field. That's a base hit. Karsten Sherman now 1 for 2 with a leadoff single here in the top of the third.
You know, Sherman, when he first got hot, he was really hot. And then since then, he's cooled off, but it's cooled off into a nice consistency where he has about a hit a night. And I think he'll take that at this point. He was a singles hitter in college. Yes, he hit for power for about a week up here, but even though he looks like a power hitter, he's generally been a guy who hits for average throughout his career.
Well, here is Cody Doyle out of Sacred Heart, batting .290. Entering play here tonight, fouls off the first pitch he sees. Tinder jumps ahead 0-1. Two to 1 New Bedford here. They are out hitting Newport 7-2 in the contest.
And Cody's one of the guys in this lineup that will jump on a first pitch.
Tinder a long pause the mound, 0-1. Fastball misses high and away, 1 ball and 1 strike.
No Nick Matera in the Baysox lineup tonight, which is a rarity. Usually, if he's not catching, he'll be at DH.
Newport also with some new faces in this lineup. We talked about J.J. Blade, the right fielder from Vanderbilt, making his Newport debut here tonight, as pickoff move there from Trevor Tinder is not in time. Diving back in safely was Karsten Sherman. Tinder out of the stretch. 1-1 pitch. Curveball just misses wide of the strike zone, 2-1. Close pitch there, just off the outer black. The third baseman, Green, plays about even with that third base bag. The middle pinch to double play depth. Center fielder Cade Cavanis plays straight up right behind that second base bag at his normal positioning. This one lifted in the air. Deep right field, sends Blade back, reaches up, makes the play right in front of the fence. Retreating back to first is Karsten Sherman. A well-struck ball from Cody Doyle, but a long out number 1.
You're kind of an atom ball there for Cody Doyle. At some areas of the outfield, that might have got down for maybe extra bases, but instead it's a line out.
Yeah, you can see on that instant replay in front of you that Blade got a great read on that one and made the play right in front of that right field fence. Of course, the fence is here at the ballpark, 28 feet high. As TJ Lake, the center fielder from West Virginia, steps in, he's 0 for 1 with a pop out. Bats from the left side, swings the all-black bat. Bent knees in the squared stance. First pitch, curveball as Sherman goes. This one grounded under the glove of a diving Snyder into right field, a base hit. Around second, heading for third is Sherman. He will stop there. It's a 1-out single for TJ Lake, puts runners on the corners here for New Bedford.
What a beautiful hit and run put on by Kyle Fernandez. He gives the fist bump to Karsten Sherman over at third. Sherman actually has swiped one bag this year, but that was clearly a hit and run situation. Took off late, and as he kind of lumbered around second, the hit right through the right side of the infield to drive him to third.
Well, here's Jordan Fucci, the right fielder from Samford. It's 1 for 1 with a run scored. It's another hit for New Bedford, already 2 in the inning for the Bay Sox. Big spot here for New Bedford if they want to increase this lead. First pitch, the Fucci. Misses off the outside part of the plate. It is 1-0 on the Samford right fielder.
Bay Sox offense definitely going to work tonight. It's been one of their better offensive outputs early in the game that we've seen all season from them.
Tinder sets and deals. Another fastball misses wide, 2 balls and no strikes. Tinder thus far in this contest, 40 pitches through 2 1/3, 25 strikes and 15 balls for the right-hander out of Georgia. Newport would love a double play ball here. 2-0 pitch to Fucci, curveball misses just above the letters, 3-0. Newport on a 2-game losing streak, trying to snap that here tonight. The Gulls wearing their brand new orange jerseys. Next pitch, fastball, gets away from Duvall, not far enough for any runners to advance. But on the walk, up to second base goes TJ Lake. It's a 1-out walk to Jordan Fucci. Brings up the left fielder Dante Baldelli, he's 0 for 1. First walk tonight issued by Tinder.
By either side, in fact, which is, I suppose, a rarity.
Yeah, both pitchers, Alex, I think are doing a nice job pitching the contact. And Newport pitching coach Kevin Winterroad going to talk with Tinder there on the mound. He'll bring the rest of that Newport infield and Ty Duvall, Newport's catcher. Bases loaded here. 1 away. Top 3, 2-1 New Bedford here on the NECBL Broadcast Network. It is the Running Man night here at the ballpark. Free mini helmets were given out, courtesy of Flat Waves. Newport will next be home here at Cardines Field on Monday when they host the Valley Blue Sox at 6:35 p.m. on Savings Institute Bank and Trust tonight. There will be a free adult t-shirt giveaway, courtesy of Savings Institute. Tinder works on the mound from the right side of the rubber. Baldelli steps in. First pitch on the way. Curveball in there for strike 1. Nice job by Trevor Tinder to get ahead of Baldelli. Grounded out to short back in the second. Tinder tucks the black glove about shoulder high as he gets the sign from Duvall. And Duvall sets that target away. Next pitch, fastball, lifted foul behind home plate, 0-2. So we'll see if Tinder can get another strikeout with a runner on third. Back in the first, he struck out Karsten Sherman with 1 away. Trying to replicate that here, that would be big for Newport. If Tinder could find a way to get out of this inning, but this deficit's still where it is at 1. 0-2 pitch, curveball, hits Baldelli in the head. The helmet flew off. coming in to score is Sherman. To third base goes Lake, up to second goes Fucci, and Baldelli will be aboard off the RBI hit by pitch. It's now 3-1 New Bedford.
Definitely lucky that that was a curveball. Just kind of plopped in there, and they're going to obviously take a look at him, but looks like he wants to continue.
That's true, and we saw a fastball plunk a Newport player the first time that these teams met back in New Bedford. So, you know, we've seen some hit by pitches here, and again, no ill will no ill intent either by either side, just pitches that sometimes get away from the pitchers on the mat.
Yeah,
and the Gulls are going to make a pitching change.
Yeah, I was going to say, this appears to be okay. That was the one you referred to, the one at New Bedford, that was a very scary type of situation that ended up okay. This one appears that it's going to end all right. He's up, he's talking, he's smiling as he talks to the training staff, which I'm certainly glad to see.
The Gulls will make a pitching change. We'll get you his name and information when we come back. It's a 3-1 New Bedford lead here, top of the third. One away and the bases loaded. New Bedford trying to extend this lead next on the NECBL Broadcast Network. New pitcher on the mound for the Newport Gulls. They will go to the right-hander, Jack Little out of Stanford University. Very hard-throwing right-hander for this Newport team, and Jack Little comes into a bases-loaded situation. We'll get you his stats momentarily after he deals the first pitch to Kevin Brophy. That one misses wide for ball one. Jack Little has a 1.59 ERA. This is his third appearance. He has thrown 5.2 innings pitched, has struck out 11. He's only given up 3 hits and 1 earned run. He has walked 2. He works out of the stretch. 1-0 pitch. Again, misses off the plate. 2 balls and no strikes. We'll get you the final line on Trevor Tinder. Of course, he is still responsible for all 3 runners on base. And Baldelli on first, Fucci on second, TJ Lake on third. 2-0 from Little on the way to Brophy. Skied in the air, deep left field. Meisner goes back, looks up, and that ball is off the fence. Lake will score. Fucci will score. To third base goes Baldelli. It's a 1-out 2 RBI double off the bat of Kevin Brophy to give New Bedford a 5-1 lead.
And remember what I said about Kevin Brophy last inning. Maybe that RBI infield single would get him started. He was hitting under 100 coming into the night, had the lowest batting average of full-time players. But guess what? He's now 2 for 2 with a couple of hits and 3 RBI tonight.
That ball was well struck off the bat of the West Virginia third baseman. He's now 2 for 2, brings up Corey Joyce, who is also 2 for 2. So here we go. Joyce, first pitch. Looks at a curveball there for strike 1. For New Bedford thus far, 9 hits. For Newport, just 2. It's 5-1 Bay Sox here, top 3. 1 away with runners on second and third. 0-1 pitch. This one drilled to deep left field. Meisner goes back, looks up, and that ball is off the fence once again. Baldelli will score. Brophy will score. It's a 1-out 2 RBI double from Corey Joyce to put New Bedford ahead, 7-1.
And Corey Joyce is having a huge night as well. Got the night off last night, and he has used it. Couple of singles and now a 2-run double in the first 3 innings of this game.
Already for New Bedford here in this inning. 5 runs scored, and they have done it on 4 hits, 2 of those being doubles and a walk. Here's Nick Neville, the second baseman from Notre Dame. 7-1 New Bedford, top 3, 1 away. Neville, 1 for 1 with a double and a sac bunt. Bats from the left side. Little out of the stretch. First pitch. Fastball misses low and inside, 1-0 on Neville. Final line on Trevor Tinder. 2.1 innings pitched. Gave up 6 runs, just 4 earned on 8 hits. Struck out 2 and walked 1. He faced 17 batters. 1-0. Backdoor curveball misses off the outer edge. 2 balls and no strikes on Nick Neville.
Neville had an RBI double last inning, which gave the Bay Sox the lead.
Little sets the black glove, let her high. 2-0 pitch. High fastball, runs away. 3-0. Little falls behind. Ten hits for New Bedford. 4 of them being in this inning alone. 3-0 pitch. This is up and away for ball 4. It's a 1-out walk for Nick Neville. Puts runners on first and second for Dan Schock, the designated hitter from Sacred Heart.
Little had a tough year in college this year, only made 4 appearances, the last 2 of which did not go well at all. Although the first 2 he pitched scoreless. Had an ERA of 23, but again, only 4 appearances, so you don't really want to go by the numbers, but the last 2 outings definitely were not what he was looking for.
Little works out of the stretch from the first base side of the rubber against Schock. First pitch, curveball, called strike on the inside corner, 0-1. 7-1, New Bedford leads top 3. 1 out, runners on first and second.
And again, Dan's about a .216 career hitter, but he's up in the 3-hole because he's been hot. Continued it tonight with a hit.
A 1 fastball taken downstairs for ball 1. Tomorrow, Newport will travel to Mystic to take on the Schooners. That one's set for a 6:05 start on the road. Little with a look towards second. 1-1 pitch. Sky to the air, foul down the right field line, gets out of play. Little ahead of Schock, 1-2. The lights here at the ballpark shining brightly here on a cloudy evening in Newport, Rhode Island. A little breezy, but very nice temperature for summer baseball. The 1-2 pitch from Little. Curveball waved out and missed for strike 3. So now 2 outs in the frame. First strikeout for Little. Brings up Karsten Sherman, who is 1 for 2 with a single and a run scored. The Bay Sox now with Sherman coming up to the plate. They have batted around here in the frame.
Of course, he got it all started with a 27 hopper up the middle for a base hit. Hasn't looked back since. Obviously ended up scoring the first run of this inning.
And Alex, when you look at this New Bedford offense, I mean, we talked about this in the pregame show. With a .244 team average, that's number 5 in the league. What kind of offense, have you seen from this team? You see a more powerful offense? You see
this style of offense, conveyor belt style offense, really that's what it's been. It's been move the guys up, keep the conveyor belt going.
This one gets away from Duvall, throw to third. Not in time, as in there is Corey Joyce. Staying put at first is Nick Neville. And they're going to roll that one a passed ball. That one on Duvall. Might have gotten crossed up with the single between himself and Little. Sometimes when you're expecting the curveball and the fastball comes, it's not easy to handle. Hard to know. But nonetheless, runners on the corners. Here for the Bay Sox, 2 away, the pitch on the way. This is up and away. 2 balls and no strikes. Duvall this year has been excellent defensively for the Gulls. Has an excellent arm behind home plate. He has been terrific at blocking pitches. Gives the signal to Little here, and they agree. 2-0 pitch. This is down and away, 3-0 to Karsten Sherman.
To finish the thought about the Bay Sox offense, they only have 5 home runs this season, which is second fewest in the league. The guy at the plate's hit 2 of them, though.
Sherman, a left-handed hitter, stands tall with the open stance. 3-0 pitch. In there for strike 1, an elevated fastball about belt high on the outside corner, 3-1.
Nick Matera has 2 of the others, so again, in the lineup that's on the field tonight, the Bay Sox only have 3 home runs combined, yet they've put up 7 runs in this game. So again, it's conveyor belt style offense.
Little misses wide with the fastball, loads the bases. To second base goes Neville. And Sherman is aboard here for Cody Doyle. Doyle 0 for 2 with a line out and a fly out. Thus far for Little here in the inning.
The catcher,
18 pitches,
Cody Doyle.
11 of which have been balls. 7 have been strikes. He's given up 1 run on a couple hits with 2 walks and a strikeout. He has faced 5 batters. This is batter number 6 for Little to face here in Doyle. First pitch, fastball misses up and in for ball 1.
Doyle, the only base hog that hasn't been on. He's got a line to second and a line to right, so he's put some good wood on the ball, but has yet to plop one down.
He's the number 5 hitter in this New Bedford lineup at a Sacred Heart. Takes a fastball in the dirt, 2 balls and no strikes on Doyle. Top 3, 2 outs, the bases loaded. 7-1, New Bedford leads over Newport. Jack Little still on the mound for the Gulls here out of the Newport bullpen. 2-0, fastball called strike on the inner third, 2-1. New Bedford will next be in action tomorrow against Upper Valley at 6:30. 2-1 pitch. Curveball misses below the knees, 3-1.
That's going to be a tough game. Upper Valley, class of the North for the most part. Them and Valley have just been exceptional.
Upper Valley 9-4 entering play tonight. They are 8-2 in their last 10 games. 3-1, chopped foul left side. So the runners will be off with the pitch. The Newport infield will be forced to throw across to first on a ground ball. 6-run New Bedford lead here in the top of the third with 2 outs. New Bedford already with 5 runs scored in the inning. Runners go, payoff pitch. This one a broken bat, weak ground ball to third, picked up by Green, throw to first in time, and the inning is over. For New Bedford, they push across 5 runs, and they do it on 4 hits. And they leave the bases loaded with 1 Newport error. We will go to the bottom half of the third with New Bedford ahead 7-1 right here on the NECBL Broadcast Network. Welcome back here on the NECBL Broadcast Network as we go to the bottom half of inning number 3. It's a 7-1 lead for the New Bedford Base Sox. Here for a look around the NECBL scoreboard is Gulls field reporter Sam Salinger.
Thanks, Darren. We got Vermont leading Winnipesaukee 2-1 in the bottom of the 5th. Danbury leads Sanford 3-0 in the bottom of the 5th as well. Ocean State and Plymouth are tied at 1 in the bottom of the 4th, with the Upper Valley Nighthawks beating the Keene Swampbats 11-0 in the bottom of the 4th. The Valley Blue Sox lead North Adams 3-0 in the bottom of the 4th, and the New Bedford Bay Sox lead our Newport Gulls 7-1 in the top of the 3rd.
Thank you so much, Sam. Cameron Meisner steps in, looks at the first pitch off the plate for ball 1. Meisner here tonight 0 for 1. He reached on an error and has scored a run. Fouls off the next pitch, 1 ball and 1 strike. For Newport thus far, they have been out-hit by New Bedford 10-2. Teller still on the mound for the Bay Sox. Next pitch. Misses low and inside, brushes Meisner off the plate. 2 balls and a strike.
Now you would think, given that they're college teammates, that Doyle would always catch Teller, but this is actually only the 2nd time he's caught him of his 3 starts.
Meisner with the open stance on the left side. Big swing and a miss to the next pitch. 2 balls now and 2 strikes on Meisner.
Nick Matera caught Teller's first start, which was against Mystic.
Teller winds and delivers. This one grounded to second, should be routine for Neville. Gets the high hop. He will throw out Meisner, 1 away. 4-3 if you're keeping score with us at home.
And remember, Neville had trouble with the ground ball from Meisner back in the 1st inning, so doing a good job to put it away. Neville usually is a very solid fielder.
Andrew Dashbach, the designated hitter out of Stanford, will step in for the right-handed batter's box. He was hit by a pitch in his first at-bat. So no official at-bats here tonight. Teller winds and delivers. Curveball.
in there for strike one.
Dashbach was stranded at third in that first inning, and as we look back on it, that series of at-bats with runners on second and third and one out looking ever huge.
Next pitch, chopped foul, left side, 0-2. And thus far for Teller, he has really done a nice job here tonight. 42 pitches thrown, 28 have been strikes, 14 have been balls, and we've talked about that, Alex, that he has been constantly getting ahead.
He has. Ever since, again, those first three hitters struck out the next one, and he really hasn't looked back since.
0-2, swing and a miss on a fastball, strike three. Down on strikes goes Dashbach, and for Teller, it's his third strikeout this evening. He has had at least one in each inning of play.
And now he really is settling into a groove. He's sat down 8 of the last 9.
So here's Gabe Snyder. 1 for 1 with a double out of Wright State. He's at first base here tonight, bats from the left side. Snyder with the white arm sleeve on the left arm, swings the all-black bat, the blue and orange batting gloves. He fouls this one straight back, right to the fencing here behind home plate. 0-1 on Snyder.
Teller made what was probably his worst pitch of the night to Snyder in his first at-bat. Real meatball over the plate.
0-1, change-up, rises high and away. 1 ball and 1 strike. We're in the bottom half of the third. The base is empty, 2 away. 7-1, New Bedford leads. Third baseman Brophy plays about 5 feet to his left. So does the shortstop Joyce. Pull side for Snyder. 1-1. Once again, fouled straight back. Nice job by Snyder to get a piece. 1-2.
Yeah, good job to fight it off. Now Teller can go a variety of directions, as we have seen him do when he gets ahead in the count.
We'll see what he decides to go to. He winds and delivers the 1-2 pitch. Fastball, this one lifted in the air down the left field line. It slices foul and gets out of play. That remains 1-2 on Snyder. The Wright State product just a little late on that offering. The lights continue to shine here at Cardines Field. Still a little breezy. The American flag waves there down the right field line, right above the warehouse and right next to the scoreboard. About 16 mile-per-hour winds here in the city by the sea. Teller holds the tan glove in front of his face. He shakes off Doyle. Now they agree. The 1-2 delivery. Fastball misses off the outer edge. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Good take there by Snyder.
He's tried to get Snyder to chase up and away a couple of pitches in a row. Didn't elevate that one quite as much as he did on 0-2, excuse me.
So here's Teller again. It's a righty-lefty matchup. Break-even offering. Misses low and inside to Snyder. As the count pushes full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. And on the flip side here, Alex, for Newport, they're looking to see a lot of pitches and to make Teller work there on the mound.
That's all they can do right now is see pitches, get guys on base, and try to get Teller out of this ball game.
Payoff pitch to Snyder. Once again, lifted foul, left side will do it again. Snyder with a nice battle brewing here with Teller.
Yeah, the only way to come back from a 6-run deficit early is just to chip away and get 1 run at a time.
It's a Sacred Heart Wright State matchup. Teller against Snyder, righty versus lefty. Teller works out of the windup. And the pitch is on the way. 3-2. Soft pop-up left side of the infield. Broken bat coming in as the third baseman Brophy. He puts it away and the inning is over. It's a perfect frame for Teller. Retires the Gulls. 1, 2, 3. No runs, no hits, no errors, none left aboard. We go to the top half of the fourth. New Bedford still out in front by a score of 7-1 here on the NECBL Broadcast Network. Welcome back here on the NECBL Broadcast Network as we go to the top half of the fourth inning. It's a 7-1 New Bedford lead over the Newport Gulls. And for the play-by-play calls of innings 4, 5, and 6, here's the voice of the New Bedford Bay Sox, Alex Levitt.
Thanks, Darren. I'll tell you what, Gully Jr. is a mischievous one. He just de-hatted me as I got ready to put my headset on. Here's TJ Lake getting ready to lead off the fourth inning for the Bay Sox. He takes a ball up and away. It'll be the 6, 7, and 8 hitters for New Bedford here in their half of the fourth. They lead 7-1 against Little, The right-hander dealing, and it sliced foul. Little got the final 2 outs of the 3rd inning, giving up 1 run on 2 hits, but eventually ending the frame after 11 men came to the plate.
This New Bedford offense, Alex, like we've talked about, I mean, it is continuing to find a rhythm, out hitting Newport 10-2. That's been the story of this ball game.
Here's a 1-1. It's a breaking ball up and away, 2-1 on TJ, who is 1 for 2 in this game. He popped out to short back in the 2nd inning. He singled and scored in that long 3rd. Here's a chopper to the right side of the infield. It's a clean play by Snyder. And there's out number 1 of inning number 4.
It's a very nice defensive play there by Snyder. And you can see on your instant replay in front of you that Snyder, well, I'll tell you what, he got a tough hop there on that 2nd hop. Nice job by moving his feet back, getting a longer hop, a higher hop to handle. Nice job as well by Little to get over there and cover 1 down.
Here's Jordan Fucci from Lexington, Kentucky. Fucci takes a ball outside. He singled back in the 2nd inning, went to 2nd on an E9, sacrificed to 3rd and scored. He also has walked and scored. That one skips in there. It's 2-0. Baldelli will be next. Brophy, if anybody gets on. Fucci at Samford hit .273 this year, hit .364 his freshman season. And he lines a hard one into left field, back at the wall. It's going to one-hop the wall as Fucci takes the big banana turn around first. Meisner will get it back in, but not before Fucci stands up with a 1-out double.
And how about the extra base hits thus far from this New Bedford offense? We've seen a lot of different ways that this New Bedford offense can find success, whether it be off the extra base hits, whether it be timely hitting, aggressive on the base pass. We've seen the hit and run, here tonight from the Bay Sox. So, again, they're doing a lot of different things right here at the plate.
And this, as I mentioned, is generally a doubles lineup. Jordan Fucci with the 4th extra base hit of the night for the Bay Sox, all of them doubles. Fucci is 3 for 3. Actually 2 for 2 with a walk. Here's a chopper by Baldelli to the left side. Can of corn for Steele, and there's 2 out.
Yeah, it's a nice job there by Steele. Nice hop there. Pretty simple to handle there off of the lip of the grass, and Steele with great feet over there at shortstop, a great arm, is able to make the strong throw over to first.
So here's Kevin Brophy. You might have heard the Bay Sox fans in attendance here saying, "Stay hot, Brof." He's done that. He was 1 for 18 on the season coming in, but tonight he has 2 hits and 3 RBI to go with 2 runs scored. Make that 3 hits. That's an opposite field single. Stopping at 3rd is Fucci. It's 1st and 3rd with 2 out for the Bay Sox, and Kevin Brophy is 3 for 3.
Did a great job going away with that pitch. That was a fastball there on the outside corner, and Brophy not trying to overswing, not trying to do too much with that pitch. You hit it where it is thrown, waits back, lets the baseball get inside that front hip, puts the barrel on the ball. Nice job as well by Fucci not to try, and extend this lead by too much, because no reason to risk being thrown out at the plate with how good this New Bedford offense has been. You let the bats continue to take you through this game, because New Bedford's offense has been in rhythm here tonight.
They're whacking Little around a little bit here, too, even though he's only given up 1 run. That's going to end right here as Corey Joyce lines his 4th hit of the day into the left field corner. Fucci comes home. Baldelli is rounding 3rd. He's being waved in. Here's the relay. Steele's throw is going to be in time to get him at the plate. 1 run will score, but Brophy is cut down. So after 3.5 innings, it's now 8-1 Bay Sox here at Newport on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
Franklin is proud to be the official.
Welcome back to Newport, Cardines Field. Along with Darren Zaslow, I'm Alex Levitt. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning. It's 8-1. New Bedford on top of the Gulls. Kind of a wacky last play of the top of the 4th inning. 1 run scoring on an RBI double by Corey Joyce, but Kevin Brophy trying to score from first, cut down 7 to 6 to 2 and a great relay to keep it 8 to 1. And Brent Teller is now back out there with the benefit of a 7-run lead to face Tyler Green, J.J. Blade, and Bruce Steele. Green looks at a pitch low and away on a fastball. It's 1-0. Green struck out his first time. That was back in the first inning against Teller. One of 3 strikeouts on the night for Brent, as that one is tipped foul. And it's 1-1.
Yeah, for Newport here, this is a key inning, Alex. You know, if the Gulls want to stay in this ball game, they have to find a way to get this offense going. We've seen this offense do really some great things in the 17-3 win over Danbury earlier on this week. This offense has a lot of potential and a lot of talent. They just need to find a way to put it together.
Maybe they can turn the momentum from the plate at the plate into some offense here. 2-1 on Tyler Green. The righty deals. This is line to left, but it's right at Shock, or Baldelli, excuse me, and left for out number 1.
Well struck ball there from Green, and like you mentioned, and you called that one perfectly, literally right at Baldelli, and really didn't even have to move for that one, but that's what Newport needs to do. These are the types of at-bats they need to have, squaring up the baseball, jumping on pitches that they feel they can be aggressive on, and Green there with a nice piece of hitting, but just right at the left fielder in Baldelli.
This is Dante's first start in left. He's been in right most of the season, and he's going to get another chance here, but will have to play it on a hop and then misplays it off the hit by Blade. Blade will round first, but he doesn't advance on the bobble. It is a 1-out single for JJ.
And that may be what Newport has to start doing here, is going the other way, because we've seen Teller have that hard fastball, and we've seen him, you know, work both parts of the plate, and that's a credit to him because that is a hard fastball to hit. Fact of the matter is, when you're at the plate, you need to have an approach, and you need to find, you know, your strengths and your swing. Is it going to the opposite field? You know, for Blade, it's a great piece of hitting right there on an outside fastball. The approach as well for Newport here also has to be executed at the plate.
That one breaks away. Of course, you don't know if he's going to give you a cutter. You don't know if he's going to give you a splitter. Could give you a four-seamer, or he could give you a changeup. Of course, the curveball as well. Doesn't go to it too often. This is a four-seam fastball chopped up the middle. A chance for 2. Joyce to second for 1. Neville in time to end the inning. So we have now played 4 full innings here at Cardines Field, and as we head to the 5th, it is New Bedford 8, Newport 1 on the NECBL Broadcast Network. Welcome back to NECBL Baseball. Pitching now for the home team, it's Kyle Mora out of Los Alamitos, California, and UCLA.
Yeah, we'll see what Mora can do here. This is his second appearance. He's thrown 3 innings this year, has not allowed an earned run on 3 hits. He has struck out 2. He's faced 12 batters. Opponents are hitting .273 against the UCLA right-hander. We'll get you the final line on Jack Little, Newport's reliever in this ball game. Little pitched 1 inning, gave up 1 earned run on 3 hits, walked 2, and struck out 1. He faced 8 Bay Sox hitters.
Mora pitched last season in the NECBL for the North Adams Steeple Cats. He'll get ready to take on this Bay Sox batting order that's been red hot. He'll deal with Neville, Schock, and Sherman. Seemed like they were just up, the Bay Sox were. It'll be the 2, 3, and 4 men to hit here after the previous inning ended on a, or for the Bay Sox, I should say, ended on a bizarre play. Runner being cut down at the plate. There may have been a chance for more in that inning, but the Bay Sox chose to be aggressive. They got 1 run out of it, and now they'll look to add more. They got 2 in the second, 5 in the third, and 1 more in that 4th. Here's Nick Neville. Sacrifice bunt in the 1st inning. RBI double in the 2nd and a walk in the 3rd. Nick looks at the first pitch. It's a fastball up and away. For ball one from Kyle Mora, who last year, as I said, threw 15 innings with the Steeple Cats. Started 2 games, ERA of 6.46. 1-1 on Nick Neville as he waves and misses. Darkness falling now here in Newport. Still relatively windy as this pitch misses high. It's 2-1 with the lights taking full effect. With those interesting dimensions in the outfield. 315 to that right center gap. Haven't seen one bang off that fence yet in this game, but probably will before it's over. 2-2 now the count on Neville.
And it's an interesting point there, Alex, because of course with that 315 foot mark to that duration, to that depth, pardon me.
Here's strike 3 called on a nasty curveball. It freezes Nick Neville. Strikeout number 1 on batter number 1 for Kyle Mora.
Yeah, nice pitch there from Mora, but to add on to my thought, you see 2 very deep triangles here at the ballpark because of the way these fences are constructed. You see one in center field and they're in right center field on your screen in front of you. So makes play for the outfielders, you know, a little more challenging to kind of navigate the constructions here of these fences.
The right fielder's almost got to play center as well, his own center, because he's got his own triangle to deal with. Here's the righty Dan Schock, who has struck out his last 2 times. He singled back in the first inning. He's DHing tonight. Quickly, it's 0-1 as he swings and misses past the fastball. The Bruin kicks and fires. Late on it once again is Schock, and he's down 1-2. Karsten Sherman is on deck. He's really got the Bay Sox offense rolling. Schock with a weak swing and strike 3 for out number 2. Back-to-back Ks for Mora. Totally fooled Schock. And so here is Karsten Sherman. He got that long 5-run rally started in the 3rd inning when he singled to lead off the inning. He's also struck out and walked later in that frame.
Well, Mora here doing a really nice job here out of the bullpen, and your job is simple if you're Kyle Mora on the mound. Keep this deficit where it is.
First pitch strike on the inside half.
Of course, easier said than done, but you want to continue to keep this team in this ball game for sure.
From the windup, Sherman lines this into left center field. Leaping is Steele. He can't make the play. It'll be a base hit, a 2-out base hit for Karsten Sherman, his 2nd of the night.
A nice piece of hitting there by Sherman. That one was right off the end of the bat and just got enough of the barrel on that baseball to poke it over the head of Bruce Steele. Another hit for this New Bedford offense, and they are certainly clicking, out hitting Newport 14-3.
Here's Cody Doyle. Doyle is 0 for 3. He is the only Bay Sox not to reach in this game. First pitch ball. He lined to second, lined to right, and grounded to 3rd in this game. And again, he went 0 for 3 on his birthday yesterday, although he did snipe a runner at 2nd, trying to steal. It'll be a 1-0. Breaking ball over the outer half for a strike. It's 1-1. Mora in his 2nd season at UCLA as he delivers a strike. And again, last year the performance was worthy enough of an NECBL berth with North Adams, but for limited appearances. Showing his stuff right here. There's a check swing. He did not go. It gets away from Duvall down to 2nd is Karsten Sherman.
Yeah, they're going to call that one a wild pitch, and that one's just a tough pitch to handle there, and a very good curveball from Moore with a lot of movement.
So now with a runner in scoring position, 2 out, and a 2-2 count on Doyle. From the stretch, this is a blooper right at second base. The catch made by Aldretti in the inning is over. We've played 4.5 full now here at Cardines Field. 8-1 New Bedford is the score. You're listening to NECBL Baseball on the NECBL Broadcast Network. It'll be the bottom 3 in the batting order for Newport against Brent Teller, Duvall, Cabanis, and Aldretti, with the Gulls trailing New Bedford 8-1 here at the bottom of the 5th inning. With Darren Zaslow, I'm Alex Levitt. Ty Duvall, who is 1 for 1, is set to lead things off against Brent Teller. And of course, Teller has been terrific so far over 4 innings. He's given up 1 run. It was not earned on 3 hits. Struck out 3, and he has yet to surrender a base on balls. Here he'll deal with the catcher, Ty Duvall. As I mentioned, Duvall singled to lead off the 2nd inning against Teller, but that's really when he started to settle down. He struck out Cabanis and then got a double play from Aldretti. It was the same 3 in that inning. And Teller's been on a roll since. This one is hit deep in the air to right field. Back is Fucci. He's looking up. It is gone. Home run, Ty Duvall. He's 2 for 2. And just like that, the deficit is cut to 6.
Great piece of hitting there by Duvall. Found something that he could jump on, and certainly did with that swing of the bat. That's what Newport needs, some power, some momentum. We'll see if this Gulls offense can get going now.
A shot into right center field by Duvall to make it 8-2 on the solo shot. Here's Cade Cabanis, and again, referred to that strikeout against Teller after Duvall had gotten things started the last time. This time, Duvall goes with a bang, the home run. Cabanis looks at a ball. He looked at strike 3 back in the 2nd inning. First home run that Brent Teller has surrendered this season.
Yeah, that ball was well struck off the bat of Duvall, and you could tell that he got all of that one. That one actually hit a tree out there, and a very, very great piece of hitting. This is what Newport needs. Now, you see the power, you see the potential in this lineup. Can the rest of the Gulls here find a way to help put this offense in motion?
Cabanis, 6 for 37 on the season. Takes the strike over the inner half, and it's 1-2. Teller with 60 pitches through 4+. That's fouled off toward the Newport dugout. And it stays 1-2 with Aldretti to follow.
And of course, the power numbers are nice, but the Gulls as well. Just need to find a way to get on base, give themselves a chance here.
1-2 again. Here's a foul tip. Actually, it was a drop 3rd strike by Doyle. He fires down to Sherman for out number 1. That is strikeout number 4 for Teller. Hasn't gone K-crazy tonight, but he has been very effective.
Well, almost averaging a strikeout an inning, and you know, he's keeping Newport off balance, and that's the most important thing if you're a New Bedford fan. Now for the Gulls, you know, you've seen some power. You've seen this offense, you know, have some success off of Teller. Now you got to find a way to put it all together. Hopefully Aldretti here can find a way to get this Newport offense moving here after the Duvall home run.
And he's also induced a pair of 6-4-3 double plays. That doesn't hurt. One of them was this man back in the second. Aldretti looks at a ball. It's 1-1. Chop to Joyce back then, trying to extend here for Meisner. Here's a breaking ball that runs up and in. It's 2-1.
Aldretti made an unbelievable play at second base yesterday against Ocean State. We've seen him a lot of talent with Carter Aldretti defensively and at the plate. A very athletic player for this Newport team.
Right back to Teller. He fires for the out, and there's 2 away.
Yeah, Teller's made a couple of really nice plays here on the mound. Very good at fielding his position, and it really is an underrated trait in a pitcher, being able to field your position. You can work on it as much as you want, but you know, a lot of people worry about how hard is he throwing the fastball, what does his breaking ball look like. Well, fielding your position on the mound is very important. Teller's doing a great job of that here tonight.
Just stabs the glove out there, get that ground ball. He's got very good reflexes. That's why they give, I guess, gold gloves to pitchers. Here's Meisner swinging and missing at the first pitch, and he was swinging for the fences right there. Reached on an error and scored in the first inning. That was the first run of the game. Also was grounded to second. The error was also to second. Charge to Neville. Pitch misses high. 1-1. And so, what do you got out on that warehouse? You have people putting folding chairs out on the roof.
4 people, yep. How about that? We've seen that a few times here this year. Maybe we can get a look at those spectators up there.
That's awesome. That's like
there it is.
The buildings across the street at Wrigley.
Yeah, you can see it right there on your screen in front of you, right above that scoreboard on top of the roof
look.
of the warehouse.
There's nothing more American than that right there, I'll tell you. American flag in the background, sitting on a roof watching baseball. Here's a 1-2 pitch. It's outside. It's 2-2.
Yep, there they are, enjoying the game. Great place to watch, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, it is. A little risky, but it's worth it. It's a great view. That one's fouled off the light pole, and it actually bounces back onto the field. It stays 2-2. Teller trying to get through his 5th inning.
The American flag continues to wave here. We've talked about the 16-mile-per-hour winds, and you know, maybe those have played a role in some of these balls going off the fence or over the fence. We've seen a lot of extra base hits here tonight from both teams.
2-2, it's inside, and the count is full. So you got a full count now with 2 out. 10 total runs in this game. So it has been a wild one. 18 hits. 3-2, that's a walk. And he sprints down there because it gets away from Doyle, but he will not go to second as Cody's able to recover the ball. So a 2-out walk to Cameron Meisner. That's the first walk of the night issued by Brent Teller. So he hadn't given up a run, he hadn't given up a walk. He's done both here in the 5th inning. Doyle's out to chat with him. He's up to 83 pitches now.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how much longer Teller is going to have left in him. And, you know, that may bode well for this Newport offense. Teller's done a nice job here tonight. We've seen Newport have some success off of him. But a new arm of the game adds, you know, numerous different dynamics to the game of baseball. And we'll see, you know, how much does Teller have left in him. This could be it. This could be his last inning of work. Kind of hard to know. But he's done a nice job. He has, for the most part, worked around that pitch count. And he's been effective. At the end of the day, he has been effective. He has kept Newport out of sync for the most part here tonight with just those 4 hits.
And they want to try to get him to go deep into these games. They're giving him a lot of time off between starts so that he can. They've let him into the 90s a couple of times. See where he goes here. Trying to get out of this 5th inning. Here's Andrew Dashbach out of Stanford. He was hit by a pitch in the 1st inning. He was stranded at 3rd, and then he struck out in the 3rd. So he is 0 for 1. first offering is a curveball in the dirt. So suddenly, Brent Teller cannot find the strike zone.
And that could have to do with some fatigue, you know, and if Teller can't put these breaking balls over the plate, well, Newport probably has a pretty good idea in what's coming with the fastball.
Here's a 1-0. That's fouled back to the screen. And a nice one-handed snag by Gabe Snyder in the on-deck circle off the ricochet.
And there was that fastball there to Dashbach. It was an inside pitch, one that would have been probably called a strike there on the inside corner. Dashbach just missed that one.
He'll be looking for another one to hit here with 1 on and 2 out. And he gets a strike poured at the knees over the outer half, making a wincing face after that call. But it did appear as if it bent over the front corner. Good pitch by Teller. Trying to end the inning here on a 1-2. Just misses with the fastball inside.
Yeah, that one may have just missed off the inner edge. Nice take there by Dashbach. Do you put Meisner in motion here? Try and get him into scoring position to continue to reduce this deficit for the Gulls.
2-2 count with 2 out here in the 5th. Runner goes. It's inside. Here's the throw down, but again, he is safe. And Cameron Meisner's got the stolen base, runner in scoring position, as you said, with 2 out, and now a full count on Dashbach.
Yeah, it's the right move off the breaking ball right there, and you know, you can check it out on the instant replay. A changeup that ran inside, that throw to second, Meisner beats and off to the right side of the second base bag. Nice job by Meisner getting a good jump.
Payoff pitch is a slow roller to third. Brophy taking his time with it. Long throw. It is in time, just barely, to nail Dashbach at first. So they get a run back to the Gulls, and as we head to the 6th, it's New Bedford 8, Newport 2 on the NECBL Broadcast Network. TJ Lake will lead things off for the Bay Sox in the top of the 6th. Alongside Darren Zaslow, I'm Alex Levitt with New England Collegiate Baseball League action from Cardines Field in Newport. It's 8-2 New Bedford on top with Lake, Fucci, and Baldelli. The 6, 7, and 8 hitters due up for New Bedford against Kyle Mora, who's back out there for his first full inning of work. Actually, he did start the 5th inning, excuse me. This will be his 2nd full inning of work. He struck out 2 on 1 hit in that first frame. Here's a breaking ball over the plate on the inside half to TJ Lake. Lake is 1 for 3. A single, a pop out, and a ground out. Breaking ball inside. 1-1 on TJ. These the same group of hitters that started the 4th inning. They were able to cobble together a run. Could have been more. 2-1 now on Lake. Swung on and missed. A big whiff by TJ that time. It's 2-2. Lake is 5 for 25 on the season with 1 RBI. He scored a run tonight. Back in the 3rd. 2-2 chopped off the hand of Mora. Then he snags it with his glove. Nice play, and he fires to first for the out.
Straight reflexes there by Kyle Mora on the mound. If we can get an instant replay of that, how about this? Hard ground ball up the middle, off his hand, into his glove, snags it out of midair, sets the feet, throw to first. Great job there by Mora, 1 away.
Real impressive defensive play. Here is Jordan Fucci. He's had a big night. He's 2 for 2 with a walk. He's got a single, a double, and 3 runs scored. He's up there looking confident against Kyle Mora. Takes a first pitch ball inside. Mora's sat down 4 of the 5 that he's faced since he came into this game. So he has definitely settled things down on the rubber for the Gulls. And that'll continue. Fucci chops to the right side. Another nice little snag by Snyder. And that's out number 2.
Yeah, nice job by the pitchers in this ball game, fielding their positions. Nice job as well by Snyder, giving Moore an easy underhand toss to handle. And the UCLA right-hander doing a nice job here, keeping this Bay Sox offense out of rhythm.
So here is Dante Baldelli playing left field tonight as he takes a fastball outside. Baldelli with a sacrifice ground out, an RBI hit by pitch. Got beamed on the noggin by a curveball in the 3rd inning. He scored that inning as well. And he also has grounded to short. 1-1 is the count. Yet to be a, other than the hit, ball hit out of the infield against Mora. All of his outs have come inside the dirt. He's ahead of Baldelli now, trying to end this inning.
Mora here, 25 pitches thrown, 15 strikes and 10 balls. He's been very effective.
Pitches up and in, 2-2.
Likes to start a lot of these hitters out with that hard fastball, but can break off that curveball on the inner edge, on the outer edge. It's been great.
2-2 pitch. Breaking ball, chop to the left side, going to be a tough play. Ranging backward in the hole is Steele. Long throw on the jump is not going to be in time. Infield single for Baldelli, his first hit of the night, and the inning continues.
Well, that's an unbelievable play by Steele to even get to that ball. A Derek Jeter-like throw there off the backhand, and a pretty strong throw over to first as well. Nice dig there by Snyder, but you can see Steele in your replay, ranging to his backhand, throw to first, just not in time as Baldelli beat it by half a step. Snyder with a nice scoop there off the ball in the dirt.
Had to go deep into the 5.5 hole that time.
Nice play.
And now taking off is Baldelli on the first pitch. It's a breaking ball. Baldelli slides. He's safe. And I got to tell you, if that was a fastball, he might have had him. It was a hose from Duvall, but just not in time.
Yeah, that's a great point. And it's a little difference, but it's enough of a difference with a close play like that where, yeah, you're probably right, the fastball definitely would have had a chance to get him. Nice throw there from Duvall, but a great jump from Baldelli.
0-1, this is chopped foul by Brophy. So Kevin Brophy, again, came in with only 1 hit, but that is well behind him now. He's got 2 singles, a double, 3 RBI, and 2 runs scored tonight.
He has been excellent, and that's the type of production you want out of that number 9 spot. And you look at the bottom third in this order. How about it? 6 runs scored of New Bedford's 8 has come from Fucci, Baldelli, and Brophy. They have been great here tonight.
Brophy down on 3 pitches, and Mora ends the inning with that. It's 8-2 New Bedford after 5.5 here at Cardine Field on the NECBL Broadcast Network. Welcome back to Cardines Field as we head to the bottom of the 6th inning. We're going to go over to Sam Salinger for a scoreboard update.
Thanks, guys. Here in the NECBL, we got Winnipesaukee leading Vermont 4-2 in the bottom of the 8th. Danbury leads Sanford 3-2 in the bottom of the 8th as well. Ocean State leads Plymouth 3-1 in the top of the 6th, and Upper Valley leads Keene 15-0 in the bottom of the 6th. The Valley Blue Sox are beating North Adams 7-0 in the top of the 6th, and our Newport Gulls are down 2-8 to the New Bedford Bay Sox in the top of the 6th.
Thank you very much, Sam. I'll tell you what, it's going to be a tough time for the Bay Sox to contend with Upper Valley tomorrow. They continue to be red hot, 15-0. That is quite impressive. New pitcher here for the Bay Sox. It is Dante Scafidi out of Rutgers from Sewell, New Jersey, the 6'1" left-hander. Actually, no, excuse me. It is James Tauble. I know James Tauble. He pitched with the YD Red Sox where I worked last year out of Sacred Heart University. He is a left-handed relief specialist. And if you want a fun fact about him, Tauble and his whole family were on America's Got Talent as a singing troupe back in 2007, and they still maintain a website and will book appearances. So book James Tauble for your function. Here is, to start off the bottom of the 6th inning, Gabe Snyder. Snyder had an RBI double back in the first. He also has popped to third. It'll be Snyder, Green, and J.J. Blade. Tauble hasn't seen much action, though, in the NECBL. Had a tough season this year at Sacred Heart.
The offense has really been the story in this one, with New Bedford out hitting Newport 15-4, and you know that's really what has happened here tonight. It's been a very offensive game, and that's been the difference. The Bay Sox offense, which came in with the number 5 team batting average at .244, entering the contest, New Bedford has really found a rhythm with that offense here tonight.
This one's slung back foul to the screen. Tauble's pitched 4 1/3 innings so far in the NECBL. Again, all out of the bullpen. He's given up 2 runs on 7 hits. Gets the K here as Snyder, looking silly on the breaking ball on the outside part, kind of slings the breaking ball across the plate. Does James Tauble. That's his first K. There's one away in the bottom of the 6th.
Well, that's unfortunately here that, you know, the leadoff man can't get on, and for Newport here tonight, they've actually done a nice job with that, getting the leadoff man on base 4 out of 6 times. That has helped this team find some offensive success.
Got that leadoff home run last inning. Here's Tyler Green. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a line out to left. The 1-0 is outside. It's 2-0. Tauble is somewhat diminutive, but he throws hard. He's got some real power behind him. Kind of throws his body into it. Pitch is a strike at the knees. It's 2-1. James, again, 2 appearances last year in the Cape for YD. It was a late season call-up after he had actually played in the NECBL last year. This one is hit deep into left field. It's back at the wall and rattled off the wall. Green rounding first as Baldelli gets it back in, but it's not in time. Green is into second with a stand-up 1-out double.
The power for Newport being put on display here tonight. And when you look at the numbers, well, that is hit number 5 for the Gulls. But in terms of extra base hits, 3 of their 5 hits tonight have been for extra bases. 2 doubles there from Tyler Green and a solo home run from Ty Duvall.
Here's J.J. Blade as Doyle was out to chat. Blade in his first game here at Newport is 1 for 2. Tap back to the pitcher and a single. Tyler Green is the runner now in scoring position with 1 out. From the stretch now, Tauble. Strike. Tauble virtually always works out of the stretch, however. But obviously the slide step being the difference here. Here's an 0-1. It's a weak chopper to the right side. Tough play by Neville as he stumbled to it, but he's able to flip it for the out. In time, on to third goes Tyler Green, now 90 feet away with 2 down.
Yeah, that's the right move there from Neville. And think about it. If you're Sherman there at first base, you're about 30, 35 feet away from Neville, who's charging in on that ball. That's the right move to underhand flip that ball. It may get to first base a little slower, and you can see it on your replay here. That is much easier for Sherman to handle. There, Neville picks through the short hop, the easy flip for out number 2.
He's kind of gathering it and flipping it all in one motion, and it all worked. Here's Bruce Steele, who's 0 for 2 today, with a runner at third. That's Green. Swings and misses at the first offering. Steele grounded to third, and then hit into a 6-4-3 double play.
Steele has made some excellent plays here tonight defensively and throughout his games here in Newport.
He's flashed the leather at short on the defensive side of things. 0-1. That's hit out to right field. Heading back is Fucci. He turns and it's off the wall. Green scores easily. Here's the turn by Steele. It's an RBI double, and it's now a 5-run game here in the 6th.
Yeah, Newport making some noise here, and that's what they need to do. Great job there by Bruce Steele, going with that outside pitch. And with Tauble here, we've seen it. He's been working away from a lot of these right-handed hitters, and even left-handed hitters at that. And Steele, seeing that pitch on the outside corner, sticking with his approach, not trying to do too much. Great piece of hitting there from the Wake Forest shortstop.
Tauble, a guy who had pitched for New Bedford last year, then, as I said, left. He's back here again for his now 5th inning of work this season. But he's given up a pair of doubles. And now an earned run. The score is 8-3. Here is Ty Duvall, who homered his last time up. He's 2 for 2. Again, a single and a solo home run for the Newport catcher, who's done it at the dish tonight and behind it. Shading Duvall to pull the entire infield. With a shortstop, Joyce creeping in behind, and then beamed is Duvall on the back by the fastball by Tauble. He's all right as he jogs down to first. The hit batsman will put 2 on for Cade Cabinets.
Well, for Newport, I mean, you're finding some offensive rhythm here, and you saw it with a couple doubles here in the frame with Tyler Green and Bruce Steele, and we'll see what the Gulls want to do here, and they're going to pinch hit Cade Cabinets for Drew Archiolo. Once again, Drew Archiolo into the ball game to pinch hit out of Fairfield University.
Archiolo had started the first game that we saw at New Bedford. Actually, that was the second game between these two teams. 16-inning affair. I think he was the leadoff hitter, if memory serves me correctly.
And also, it eliminates the lefty-lefty matchup here. So you're playing to the averages, going with the right-handed hitting Archiolo. Gives that righty-lefty matchup a little easier to handle offensively, at least the statistics show.
Drew Archiolo from Milford, Connecticut, hitting .250. That's 12 out of 48 with 3 RBI. With 2 on and 2 out, trying to cut what's a 5-run deficit. It was once a 7-run deficit here in the 6th inning. The lefty deals. There's a strike. Archiolo has also scored 11 times this year. He's been on base 15. He takes that sweeping breaking ball, looked like a slider from Tauble that time. And it's quickly 0-2.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. More horizontal break than vertical break on that breaking ball. And we'll see if he decides to go back to it here, or do you go to the fastball and maybe put that one on the outside corner. We'll see.
Pitch. Up and away again. So getting an opportunity to hit here, Archiolo. And at some point you figure the runners will go. Probably not on 1-2. But on 2-2, you would think, if Archiolo can work the count.
Yeah, Tauble went back to the slider there and just missed it off the outside corner. Wouldn't be surprised to see a fastball here. We'll see.
And there it is. It's up and in, though. You called it, but it's a ball for an even count now at 2-2.
Well, he used that slider to set up that fastball. You go away with the softer breaking ball and then come in with a hard fastball. Not a bad type of pitch selection there for Tauble. Archiolo with a great eye there at the plate to lay off both of those pitches. Not easy to go from outer edge to inner edge there on back-to-back pitches. And Archiolo here doing a nice job working this count in a pinch hit situation.
It'll be a 2-2. Here's the offering. It got away from him, and it's a full count. So now, with Aldretti on deck, all sorts of different possibilities. With a full count, both runners will be going here with 2 out in the inning. Archeolo trying to keep it going.
This will tell you how much confidence Tauble has, at least in this early going, in that slider. Do you go to hit on 3-2, or do you go back to the fastball? I would be expecting a fastball here in this situation, but we've seen Tauble throw that slider for a strike here numerous times tonight. Should be interesting to see what the southpaw decides to go with.
See if he tries to paint that black again. With 2 on and 2 out. Here's the payoff pitch. Runner's going. It's hit on the ground to short. Backhanded by Joyce. The runner falls down, and the throw is going to be in time. I don't think it would have been, but the runner, Archeolo, fell down on his way up the base path, and Joyce is going to get the 6-3 putout to end the inning. So we've now played 6 full here at Newport. It's New Bedford 8 and Newport now 3 as we head to the 7th on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
5, 7, 6, 4, 2.
Alex Levitt with Darren Zaslow in Newport. We're going to go back to Darren now to guide you through the final 3 innings of this game.
Thank you so much, Alex. Well, Newport finding a rhythm here offensively, grabbing a run in the 5th and a run in the 6th. Kyle Mora still on the mound for the Gulls, the right-hander out of UCLA. See what Mora can do here against the Bay Sox here in the top half of the 7th for New Bedford. The top of the order due up in Corey Joyce, Nick Neville, Dan Schock, hitters 1, 2, and 3. New Bedford out hitting Newport 15-6.
The shortstop.
Corey Joyce will step in. He is 4 for 4 here tonight. 2 singles and 2 doubles for the North Carolina Central shortstop. He bats from the right side. Drew Archeolo, who pinch hit for Cade Cavanis just in the last inning, is now in center field. Once again, Archeolo in center field for Cavanis. Drew Archeolo, a product of Fairfield University, as Mora deals a fastball in the outside corner for strike 1 to Joyce. He winds and fires the 0-1. Fastball taken low and away, 1 ball and 1 strike. For New Bedford, they scored 2 in the 2nd, 5 in the 3rd, 1 in the 4th. For Newport, 1 in the 1st, 1 in the 5th, 1 in the 6th. Both teams have committed an error thus far. 1-1, big swing and a miss there on a curveball in the dirt from Mora, 1 and 2.
How about that score line for Corey Joyce? Not only the 2 singles and 2 doubles, but all in a line. Inning 1, inning 2, inning 3, inning 4. Just doing all the damage early, but to Newport's credit, they've chipped away at it later in the game.
1-2 pitch fouled straight back towards us here in the broadcast booth. The count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. But Alex, I mean, it really has been the Sacred Heart show on the mound. Brent Teller and now James Tauble have been very solid on the mound for the Bay Sox. 1-2 from Mora. Curveball sharply grounded foul down the 3rd base line. It ricochets off the sidewall into left field.
Of course, Sacred Heart is one of the main feeder teams for the Bay Sox. They've got 5 players from Sacred Heart, including Doyle and Schock.
1-2, up and in, 2 balls and 2 strikes. New Bedford trying to extend this 8-3 lead. The American flag waves down the right field line. 2-2, curveball, tapped weakly foul off to the left side of the home plate circle. For Mora here tonight, he has thrown 37 pitches through 2 innings of work. 24 strikes and 13 balls for the right-hander out of UCLA. The 3rd baseman, Green, plays at his average depth. 2-2 pitch. Curveball, swing and a miss, and a pitch in the dirt. Duvall applies the tag, 1 away. Nice job from Mora. It's another strikeout for the UCLA righty. He now, tonight, has 4.
And he's now faced the whole lineup once. He's only given up a couple of base runners, struck out 4. So very good outing. One of the hits was an infield single as well, so Mora has really come in, settled this game down, and he's let his team start to battle back on the offensive end. Maybe it's too late, but you never know. These are the kind of things that definitely show something for later in the season.
Mora deals a curveball off the outer edge for ball one. Nick Neville, the second baseman, up at the plate. Tonight, Neville is 1 for 2 with a double and a strikeout. He has also walked and had a sacrifice bunt in the first. 1-0. Foul tipped into the mitt of Duvall for strike one. 8-3 New Bedford. Top 7, 1 away. The base is empty here at Cardines Field in Newport, Rhode Island. The Gulls will travel to Groton, Connecticut tomorrow to take on the Mystic Schooners at 6:05 p.m. As a curveball is found straight back there by Nick Neville. 1-2.
Neville was able to grab his first stolen base of the season yesterday.
It'll be an off day on Sunday, and the Gulls will host the Valley Blue Sox here on Monday night at 6:35 p.m. 1-2, waved out a miss for strike three. How about Mora? He has been great here out of this Newport bullpen. Strikeout number 5 for the right-hander out of UCLA, 2 away.
He has been terrific, and you kind of wonder now what would have happened had they gone to Mora directly from Tinder.
Make a good point. Jack Little, 1.2 innings pitched. His final line, 2 earned runs on 5 hits, 2 walks and a strikeout. He faced 11 batters. Here's Dan Schock, the designated hitter out of Sacred Heart, 1 for 4 with 3 strikeouts and a single.
But again, that was plus the inherited runners from Tinder. If Mora had come in, you never know. This could have been maybe a closer game. He has been really, really, really impressive.
First pitch misses for a ball. Second pitch, a fastball, a called strike on the outside corner. 1-1, the count levels.
He's moving it all around the strike zone. He's fooling guys and getting them to chase pitches off the plate. Looking silly, as you saw Nick Neville strike out in that curveball.
He's working quickly, too. Another fastball swung on and missed there by Schock for strike 2.
I think I saw the fastest reliever I've ever seen the other day from, it was Seth Pinkerton.
1-2, swing and a miss, strike 3. 3 up, 3 down, 3 strikeouts. Kyle Mora for the right-hander here tonight. Strikeout number 6 through 3 innings of work. Let's stretch and go to the bottom half of the 7th. It's still 8-3 New Bedford here on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
$50 flat.
Welcome back to the ballpark here at Cardines Field in Newport, Rhode Island. Carter Aldretti up at the dish. He takes a first pitch curveball for ball 1. Then looks at a fastball off the outside corner for ball 2. 8-3 New Bedford with a lead here in the bottom of the 7th. The base is empty, no one out. Aldretti 0 for 2 with a ground out into a double play. And a ground out back to the mound as he fouls off this pitch straight back. It is 2 balls and 1 strike to Carter Aldretti, the second baseman out of Arizona State.
I think this is a big confidence inning for James Tauble, not just in this outing, but this season. He's really been quite up and down in his second season here with the Bay Sox. Really could use a shutdown 1-2-3 type of inning. Just for confidence, really.
2-1 pitch taken high and away for ball 3. 3 balls and 1 strike to Carter Aldretti. Tauble kicks and deals a slider. That one's in there for strike 2. The count pushes full to the Newport number 9 hitter in Aldretti. 0 for 5 to start out his Newport career as he fouls this one off down the right field line. It gets out of play. And how about that play there on the deck? That's incredible. Unbelievable. There you can see him up there.
At least they have a fence. They can be a little aggressive.
What a play. You can see on your screen in front of you. There's the baseball. There are the happy fans out there. Great play. Payoff pitch. Misses inside for ball 4. Aldretti works a leadoff walk here in the bottom half of the 7th.
Yeah, I was going to say, if that was hit toward the other roof, toward the guy sitting on the roof of the warehouse, I don't think it might have been so aggressive to go at that ball with no fence.
Here's Cameron Meisner. He is 0 for 2. With a walk, he reached on an error and scored in the first. He's also grounded out to second base. Tauble still on the mound, works on the third base side of the rubber, sets the tan glove, belt buckle high as Meisner fouls off this pitch straight back. It is 0-1.
But if you can get Meisner on base, then you can put some real pressure on because you'd have a lot of speed on the base paths, speed that could potentially make it a 3-run game.
Tauble sets once again. The Sacred Heart southpaw is ready. The pitch. This one grounded weakly left side, picked up by the shortstop. Joyce throws the second for 1, and that's all he will get. 6-4 on the fielder's choice. Meisner reaches.
This is a smart play by Joyce. He had to go to his right to get it, so he knew he was not going to have any chance to get the very speedy Meisner at first, even with Aldretti bearing down towards second. It was a close play over there.
So here's Andrew Dashbach. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout, a ground out. He's also hit by a pitch back in the first. That's from the right side from Stanford. Just the batting gloves and his helmet as he steps into the right side. Swings the all-black bat. Meisner already with a stolen base in this one. Takes the lead off of first. He's held on by Karsten Sherman. First pitch to Dashbach, a big swing and a miss for strike 1.
And despite the relative struggles, the Gulls have put all 8 men that have played the entire game on base during the contest, so they've at least spread out that offensive attack.
James Tauble deals. Slider misses off the outer edge, 1-1. Tauble from Sacred Heart resides in New Haven, Connecticut. Leans over the front hip, tucks the tan glove as he gets the sign from Doyle. Long pause on the mound, 1-1. Slider, sharp ground ball. Under the glove of the third baseman, Brophy, and a left field, a base hit. Around second, heading for third is Meisner. He will pull in there with a slide as Baldelli's throw comes in a second. We'll see how they want to rule it. It's going to be an error there on Brophy. Puts runners on the corners for Gabe Snyder.
And that was a tough play, but it is an error because he had that ball in most of his glove and probably could have picked it cleanly, but he ended up letting it go off the leather and under into left field. And at that point, it had slowed down so much there was no chance that they were going to get Meisner at third base.
So here is Snyder. He's 1 for 3 in RBI, double, a ground out, and a strikeout for the Wright State first baseman. Bats in the number 3 spot here for Newport. First pitch from Tauble. Slider drilled deep left center field. Lake and Baldelli give chase. It's the center fielder, Lake, who makes the play on the move to his right. It's an RBI sacrifice fly as Meisner will tag from third home. Newport now trails 8-4.
And again, chip away, chip away, chip away. It was a 7-run game. Now it's a 4-run game.
So sacrifice fly if you're keeping score with us at home to center field. Tyler Green, the third baseman from Vanderbilt, will dig in. He's 1 for 3 with a double and a run scored. Stands tall from the right side, swings the black-barreled bat in the tan handle, the black and white batting gloves. First pitch from Tauble, check swing. And they say that Green went around 0-1. Tauble jumps ahead.
And it's been 1 run at a time. They got 1 in the 5th, 1 in the 6th, and now 1 here in the 7th. But slowly but surely it builds up.
Newport trying to continue to chip away. They trail 8-4, 2 out to runner on first, bottom 7. Breaking ball misses low, 1-1 on Tyler Green, the cleanup hitter for Newport. The Gulls now in the ball game, still with those 6 hits. They're being out hit 15-6. 1-1 to Green. Slider misses off the outside corner. 2-1. New Bedford, though, with that 5-run third inning. That was huge for the Bay Sox. Tauble sets the tan glove in front of the belt buckle. Looks towards first. Long pause on the mound. 2-1. In there at the knees for strike 2.
I think that's an important pitch for Tauble's confidence there. Gets him back both in this count and gives him a chance to potentially end the inning without giving up further damage.
Green is ready, so is Tauble. Takes a deep breath on the mound. Break-even delivery. Slider just runs wide. 3-2 on a close pitch. So Dashbach will be off with the pitch. The New Bedford infield will be forced to throw across the first on a ground ball. Double sets. Another deep breath on the mound. Payoff pitch, dash block goes. Strike 3 called to the inside corner.
Green doesn't agree. I don't think the fans do either. It was definitely close on that black.
Close pitch. Green goes down on strikes for the second time here tonight. For Newport, they get 1 run on no hits. They leave 1 aboard with 1 New Bedford error. We go to the top half of the 8th with New Bedford out in front of the Gulls, 8-4, right here on the NECBL Broadcast Network. I welcome you back into the broadcast booth here at Cardines Field in Newport, Rhode Island. Darren Zaslow with you here, joined alongside Gulls scorekeeper Ben Maxow, the voice of the New Bedford Bay Sox, Alex Levitt, and Gulls field reporter Sam Salinger. We are all here with you on a gorgeous night in the city by the sea. 8-4 New Bedford leads, hitters 4, 5, and 6 to up for the Bay Sox. Karsten Sherman, Cody Doyle, TJ Lake all to face Kyle Mora, the right-hander from UCLA, as Sherman skies this one foul left side out of play. It is 0-1. Karsten Sherman, the first baseman out of Kaiser University. 2 for 3 tonight. 2 singles, a run scored, a strikeout, and a walk. Stands tall from the left side, 0-1. Swing and a miss. Strike 2.
Carson's had a good night. Got that big rally started in the 3rd. The rally that right now is the difference in the game. At the time it was 3-1. Became 8-1. Now it's 8-4.
Next pitch on the way, fastball. Sherman thought that it was strike 3. It was just a bit up. Count 1-2 as he spun back toward the dugout. Close pitch there from Moore. Could have gone either way. The American flag there in right field waving quickly. Out there right by the warehouse. Moore holds the black glove in front of the face. 1-2, misses up and away, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, it slipped out of his hand. It's getting very humid here down in Newport. It was a little bit drier earlier, but it's a little bit foggy, clammy.
2-2, waved at and missed for strike 3. Kyle Mora has been dominant here tonight. Make it strikeout number 7 for the UCLA right-hander. 1 away
and
here in the top half.
5 in a row for Kyle Mora. Incredible performance. Since he gave up that infield hit to Baldelli, which he showed a little bit of frustration. It was like, okay, this is a chance for our first 1-2-3 inning of the night. He didn't get it. Since then, he has struck out every batter he has faced over the course of 3 frames.
This is Cody Doyle. He steps in, looks at a pitch for a strike. It is 0-1 on the Sacred Heart catcher. Tonight, Doyle is 0 for 4 with a line out, a fly out, a ground out, and he also lined out to second to end the 5th. A 1 pitch, misses off the plate. 1 ball and 1 strike. Doyle wears the elbow guard on the front elbow, swings the all-black bat. 1-1, skied in the air down the right field line. It'll get out of play. 1 ball and 2 strikes on the number 5 hitter in the Bay Sox lineup.
Doyle's brought his average to 300 on the season tonight. Actually, dropped it to 300 tonight by going 0 for 4.
1-2 fastball taken down and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Mora entering his 4th frame of work here tonight. He has been great for the Gulls with those 7 strikeouts. A check swing is at 8. They say he went around. Strike 3. 6 strikeouts in a row for Kyle Mora. 8 on the evening for the right-hander. 2 down.
And Cody Doyle arguing, but there you go. I guess when you have it rolling, sometimes the breaks have to go your way to keep the streak alive. Kyle Fernandez is coming down now to talk with our home plate umpire, but the call stands. It's 6 straight Ks in the book, all of them swinging, by the way.
Home plate umpire Charles Campbell said that Doyle went around pretty much immediately. 2 outs here for TJ Lake, the center fielder out of West Virginia.
And give him credit. He at least stuck with this. He made the call quickly and stuck with it. That's what you want to see, at least.
He is 1 for 4, looks at a curveball that runs low and inside for ball 1. Mora here tonight. has thrown 58 pitches through 3 2/3. 38 of them have been strikes. This one grounded weakly to short, should be routine for Steele. Shuffles to his left, throw to first, in time, inning over. 6-3, TJ Lake is retired, and for Mora, he has been great. Through these 4 innings, he has only allowed 2 hits, and of course, he has struck out 8 base knocks. The Gulls have 6 outs to find a way to push across at least 4 runs. We go to the bottom half of the 8th. It's an 8-4 New Bedford lead right here on the NECBL Broadcast Network. We go to the bottom half of inning number 8. It is an 8-4 lead for the New Bedford Bay Sox over the Newport Gulls. Darren Zaslow with you here, joined alongside Gulls scorekeeper Ben Maxoud, the voice of the New Bedford Bay Sox, Alex Levitt, and Gulls field reporter Sam Salinger. Looks like Newport is going to have a pinch hitter here in the ball game. Liam O'Regan will pinch hit for J.J. Blade. Blade went 1 for 3. O'Regan will now hit for Blade. Looks at a slider on the outside corner that just missed. It is 1-0 on Liam O'Regan.
Yeah, O'Regan had an injury-shortened and injury-plagued campaign this season at Elon, but he does have NECBL experience. Hit .218 last year for Plymouth.
1-0 pitch misses inside, 2 balls and no strikes. O'Regan leads the team with 3 home runs. Batting .167, he is 5 for 30. 2-0 pitch. Misses high and away, 3 balls and no strikes to O'Regan.
So is he in the game here then to pop one? That's the definition kind of feast or famine.
Yeah, very, very excellent hitter and certainly has a lot of power. Looks at a fastball high and tight for ball 4. Nice job, Liam O'Regan works a leadoff walk here in the bottom half of the 8th. Newport in business.
Yeah, that works too. Just being patient and drawing the walk.
So O'Regan works the leadoff walk and a mound visit here. On the mound, of course, the Bay Sox are managed by Kyle Fernandez. Assistant coaches are Rudy Bolger, Case Cabe, and Teddy Regan. Newport managed by Al Leva. The assistant coaches are Eric DeGree and Xander Jones. The pitching coaches, Kevin Winterroad. And Newport manager and third base coach Al Leva going to have a quick chat with Bruce Steele there down the third baseline. This is a big spot, Alex, for Newport if they want to continue to reduce this 4-run deficit.
Yeah, it's not going to be Tauble pitching though.
And that is correct. New Bedford going to make a pitching change here in the frame. We'll get you his name and information. We come back. We are in the bottom half of the 8th. It's an 8-4 New Bedford lead. A runner on first. The Gulls are trying to continue to reduce this deficit here on the NECBL Broadcast Network. New pitcher on the mound for the Newport Gulls. They're going to go to the southpaw. It is from the University of Richmond in Jacob Lamb, 6'5", 250 pounds, out of Salisbury, Connecticut. He is a rising sophomore, and to tell you more about him, here's the voice of the New Bedford Bay Sox, Alex Levitt.
Lamb has been a super clutch relief pitcher. His first 3 outings were spotless. He didn't give up a run on only 1 hit in his first 3 outings that encompassed 8 innings. But then his last outing against Plymouth was a little bit different. He only went an inning and 2/3. He gave up 1 run on 2 hits, but was roughed up a bit at times. He was able to work in and out of trouble. Didn't appear to have his A stuff, so we'll see what he has tonight. He's gotten a few days off. Again, that was 3 days ago that he faced Plymouth. So we'll see what kind of stuff he has. When he's on his game, he's untouchable.
Here is Bruce Steele, digs into the right side. He's 1 for 3 with a double. Off of first is O'Regan.
Lamb was our very first player of the game this year on our New Bedford broadcast after his 4-inning relief outing in a game the Bay Sox won in extras.
Sets and deals a breaking ball. It's a called strike on Steele. Oh, and one looked like the changeup there from Lamb. Certainly has a tall frame there on the mound. At 6'5", 250 pounds. Next pitch, big swing and a miss from Steele. 0-2.
Yeah, it's not just the height, it's the size. He's built like Karsten Sherman, which is to say like a Mack truck. He throws his entire weight behind the pitch.
Lamb works from the third base side of the rubber, the New Bedford middle infield. The shortstop, Joyce, the second baseman, Neville, pinch towards the second base bag at double play depth. 0-2 on the way from the Richmond southpaw. This is low and inside. It is 1-2 on Bruce Steele. 8-4 New Bedford, bottom 8, the base is empty, 1 away. Sets the black glove, belt buckle high, does Lamb. Long pause of the mound, 1-2, fouled straight back. Nice job by Steele to get a piece.
You're just sticking that bat out there and barely snaring a piece of it. That was Lamb throwing hard at his hardest and almost overthrew that pitch all the way to the backstop. It skipped.
Starting to become a rather foggy night here in Newport. Lamb out of the stretch. Long pause, the 1-2 pitch. Scott in the air, found right side out of play once again. Drew Steele staying alive.
Reminds me a little bit of Chatham A's ballpark down in Cape Cod, where the fog tends to blow in. Sometimes you can't even see by the 7th or 8th inning of a game, more than 20 feet above the ground. Did a Babe Ruth game down there once and at that stadium, and you couldn't see.
1-2 misses high and wide to Bruce Steele. It's a good take by the Wake Forest product. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, this is a great at bat that he's got going right here. Really working a deep count.
Hanging in there against Lamb. Off of first is O'Regan, the 2-2. Swing. And a foul tip into the glove of Doyle for strike 3. So first strikeout of the night for Lamb, 1 away. Get you the final line on New Bedford's James Tomble out of Sacred Heart. The southpaw through 2 innings, allowed 1 earned run on 2 hits. He walked 2 and struck out 2. He faced 12 batters. Here's Ty Duvall. He's had an excellent night, 2 for 2. A solo home run, a run scored, a single and a hit by pitch. He's been on base all 3 times. Looks at a high breaking ball about eye level.
And of course, James still does have O'Regan outstanding over at first.
He is responsible for O'Regan. That was the leadoff walk. O'Regan pinch hit for J.J. Blade, who ends his Newport debut at 1 for 3 with a single and a couple ground outs. 1-0 pitch. This one a sinking liner. Nice diving stop by Joyce. Long throw to first, not in time.
I don't know why he didn't go to second with it. He had plenty of time. He got up, and I don't necessarily know if he thought about going to second, but O'Regan was only halfway to the bag. He would have had a pretty easy play. Neville was over there to cover. I think Joyce was just single-minded about trying to get the play at first, and he made a full effort at it. There's no doubt about it.
Well, there you can see on that replay, Duvall beat that throw by about a half a step. And here is Drew Archiolo. 0 for 1 with a ground out to shortstop. Steps in from the right side. Archiolo entering the ball game at a .245 batting average, 12 for 47. First pitch, fastball, misses off the outside corner, 1-0 on Archiolo. Runners on first and second here.
This is a huge spot. You have to feel like Newport's got to chip away at least 1 here in the 8th.
Archiolo skies this one in the air. Straight away, right field coming in is the right fielder, Fucci. He makes the play, 2 down.
Almost tough to track it with. You can see the fog kind of blowing in visibly across from the right field line. So that one was blowing over towards center field as Fucci tried to play it.
Well, this is Carter Aldretti. He's 0 for 2. Couple ground outs and a walk for the Arizona State second baseman. Bats in the number 9 spot for Newport. Ty Duvall off of first. He's 3 for 3 tonight. Liam O'Regan off of second. He walked. 2 outs in the frame off of a strikeout and a flyout. Aldretti steps into the right side. The first pitch from Lamb. Fastball fouled. Straight back. 0-1.
Here's a funky little fact. Now, if you don't count, because I had a green line out in the fourth as a line out. If you call that a line out instead of a fly out, that's the first real fly ball, pop fly, outfield out that the Bay Sox have even garnered in this game. Coming here with 2 out in the 8th inning. It kind of defies logic.
Oh, 1. Interesting point there for sure. Misses low and inside, 1-1. Certainly doesn't have that pitcher's duel feel to it, considering we've had 12 combined runs, 22 combined hits, and 3 combined errors thus far in the ballgame. 8-4, New Bedford leads. 2 outs, runners on first and second. A 1-1 count on Carter Aldretti, the next pitch. Scott in the air, foul right side, 1-2. Aldretti falls behind Lamb, the southpaw from the University of Richmond.
And there's been a lot of offense, but it's been efficient. You know, this is going to end up being about a 3-hour, just over 3-hour game. But even with all these hits, that's not too bad a length. I mean, like you said, you got 22 hits here and plenty more base runners than that. The pitchers have been pretty efficient tonight. And timely.
Lamb works out of the stretch from the third base side of the rubber. Off of first is Duvall. Off of second is O'Regan. Lamb sets. The leg kick, the 1-2. Sharp ground ball, backhanded stop by Brophy. Takes it to the bag himself in time, inning over. 5 unassisted if you are keeping score with us at home. Gets Lamb out of the frame. 4, Newport. They get no runs on 1 hit, leave 2 aboard with no New Bedford errors. We will go to the 9th inning with your score. New Bedford 8, Newport 4. This is the NECBL Broadcast Network. New pitcher on the mound for the Newport Gulls. They're going to go to the right-hander out of Rhode Island College, Michael Webb. He relieves Kyle Mora. His final line, 4 innings pitched, no runs, 8 strikeouts, no walks, and allowed just 2 hits. He faced 14 batters. Mora was excellent here tonight, the right-hander out of UCLA, but he gives way to Michael Webb. 5.06 ERA. This is his 3rd appearance on the season. He's thrown 5.1 innings, has given up 3 earned runs on 6 hits with 5 walks. He has struck out 7. Opponents are hitting .300 against him. The fog continuing to settle in here at Cardines Field in Newport, Rhode Island. And for the New Bedford Bay Sox, they will send up hitters 7, 8, and 9 to face Webb, Jordan Fucci, Dante Baldelli, and Kevin Brophy. Alex? It's been an interesting game. You know, you see all those runs scored by New Bedford. What was it, 8 runs through 4 innings, but since then, Newport has really been in this ball game, and they have chipped away. You can thank Kyle Mora for that, but it's, you know, it's been a good game so far.
Yeah, it has. It's been a very entertaining game. You mentioned that since that 5th inning, the Bay Sox only have 2 hits, and that's when Mora came into the game. He really shut him down. I tell you, Kyle Mora did a whole lot for his stock here tonight. The Bay Sox, I tell you, if they can scratch across 1 run here, I think it would probably put the game out of reach for Newport. Very important to hold them to nothing. I think there's a big difference between 4 and 5, kind of that 1-possession game type of mentality, even though it's not a term in this sport. It might as well be tonight.
Make an interesting point there for sure. Liam O'Regan enters the ball game. He will be in right field for J.J. Blade. He pinch hit for Blade last inning and walked. So here is Jordan Fucci up to the plate. Looks at the first pitch he sees from Webb for ball 1. Fucci here tonight is 2 for 3. A single, a double, 2 runs scored, and a ground out. This one a sinking liner to short. Backhand stop by Steele. Long throw to first in time. It's a great play. Bruce Steele, 1 away.
To finish what I was kind of going on the last half inning, this game has been very entertaining. You look around, you look at this crowd, and everybody's pretty much still here. Nobody minds staying a long time for a game that is very entertaining, and this one has absolutely not disappointed. It's been really up and down, roller coaster throughout.
Tonight's attendance, 1,525. Dante Baldelli steps in, lines this one into right field, moving to his left, and diving is Liam O'Regan. He can't make the play. Should be a 1-out single for Dante Baldelli, and that's what it is. Hit number 16 for New Bedford here tonight.
And Dante Baldelli has had one of his better games of the season here tonight. Actually, he had one of his other better games of the season. His only other multi-hit performance was also against the Newport Gulls. So he just, I guess, likes hitting against these guys. He's got 2 hits, a run scored, and an RBI tonight.
Baldelli now 2 for 4 with a run scored. Here's Kevin Brophy. He's 3 for 4. 2 singles, a double, 2 runs scored, and a strikeout. Brophy bats from the left side. And the number 9 spot here for New Bedford as well.
I was going to say, Brophy's a guy who's raised his stock tonight as well with a great performance.
Looks at a fastball up and away for ball 1. We're in the top of the 9th, 1 away, a runner on first, 8-4. New Bedford leads here on the Running Man night. Free mini helmets were given away before the ball game. And off of first is Baldelli. The pitch on the way from Webb. Misses low and inside. 1 was 1-0, now 2-0.
And everybody's always known that Brophy can get it done with the glove. I mean, he does flash the leather over at the hot corner and has been doing it all season. But questions were really starting to emerge about his bat, but he's put them to bed tonight.
2-0 misses up and away for ball 3, so Webb falls behind the West Virginia third baseman Kevin Brophy, 3-0 here in the top of the 9th with 1 away. It's a 4-run New Bedford advantage. 3-0 pitch. Fastball in there for strike 1. Jordan Fucci led off the inning with a ground out to shortstop. Dante Baldelli followed with a single to right field, sets the scene here for Kevin Brophy. 3-1. Fouled straight back. 3-2.
Brophy, I think, thought he should have had that one. Thought he had a pitch to hit right there. Was frustrated that he only fouled it off.
Brophy hits from the left side, puts his back foot on the back line of the left-handed batter's box. That has completely worn away. So has that in the right-handed batter's box. The payoff pitch from Webb. Misses up and inside for ball 4. To second base goes Baldelli. It's a 1-out walk for Kevin Brophy. To bring back up the top of the order, the North Carolina Central shortstop Corey Joyce. He has been great tonight. He's 4 for 5. 2 singles, 2 doubles, and a strikeout for the New Bedford leadoff man.
And he was a part of really breaking this game open. The back-to-back 2-run doubles by Brophy and Joyce in the 3rd inning. Those 4 runs are the difference in this game.
Corey Joyce steps in. Pinwheels the tan-barreled bat, the black handle out in front of him. Webb out of the stretch. First pitch. Fastball gets away from Duvall to the backstop. He will hang on to it because he has no play. To second base goes Brophy. To third will go Baldelli. We'll see if they want to rule it a pass ball or a wild pitch. And it's going to be a wild pitch.
Yeah, I think that's got to be a wild pitch as Duvall goes out to talk. Baldelli is actually hesitating in between second and third off the account that maybe the ball would bounce right back to Duvall and he might have a chance to gun him down, but it kind of deadened once it hit the backstop.
We'll see what Webb decides to go with. The Newport infield will play in against Corey Joyce. Off of second is Brophy. Off of third is Baldelli. The pitch from Webb. Fastball called strike on the outer half. 1-1 on Joyce.
Corey, an opportunity maybe for the dagger here if he can sneak one past the infield that's drawn in.
The 1-1. Fastball, big swing and a miss from Joyce, 1-2. Nice pitch there from Michael Webb. Webb and Duvall agree on the signal. The 1-2. Misses high, gets away from Duvall. Trying to score is Baldelli. He will, ahead of the flip from Duvall. To third base goes Brophy. It's now 9-4, New Bedford here in the top of the 9th.
And you really got to wonder whether the humidity might have something to do with that, because it's not often that you see 2 times in 3 pitches that a guy is going to lose the grip on his, because I think those were both fastballs, not breaking balls, and they just slipped out of his hand and flew to the backstop over the head. That one was at least tipped by Duvall, but you got to believe that they slipped.
2-2, lifted in the air, down the right field line. Coming into his left is O'Regan, and he can't make the play. Scoring easily is Brophy. Into second base with an RBI double here in the top half of the 9th is Corey Joyce. It is now 10-4, New Bedford.
And that's a different kind of double for Corey Joyce, but nonetheless, that is his third RBI double of the night. He is 5 for 6 with 4 RBIs and 3 doubles.
He has been excellent here tonight out of the top of the lineup for the Bay Sox. Brings up the second baseman and Nick Neville from Notre Dame after the Joyce RBI double. Webb sets and fires. Fastball in there for strike one on the inside corner.
And this game has been pretty typical of the Bay Sox offense as of late. A lot of hits, a lot of scoring, and a lot of strikeouts. They've struck out 11 times tonight to go with their 10 runs and 17 hits.
Neville 1 for 3 with a walk and a sacrifice bunt. Next pitch. Curveball in there for strike 2. 0-2 on the Notre Dame product, Nick Neville.
They have been racking them up. Last 4 games, Bay Sox have struck out 17, 13, 7, and 11 times.
Webb gets the sign from Duvall, likes what he sees, sets the blue glove. Letter high, 0-2, lifted foul left side. Neville gets a piece of that one. He stays alive. He was just late on that delivery from Webb out of Rhode Island College. Michael Webb also a second baseman on this team for Newport. Enters the game with a 129 batting average. He's 4 for 31, a couple runs scored. He's played some nice defense at second base. Works out of the stretch here against Neville. The 0-2 pitch. This is low and inside, 1-2. Already 2 runs scored for New Bedford in this inning off of 2 hits and a walk. The 1-2 pitch. Curveball line in the air to right field. Coming on is O'Regan. He makes the chest high play. 2 down. So here's Dan Schock, the designated hitter out of Sacred Heart. He is 1 for 5 with 4 strikeouts here tonight.
He's got the old golden sombrero tonight. Not the way that Dan Schock wanted it to go after they put him up in the 3-hole DHing. Had a big last couple of games, at a home run yesterday. Singled to start this game, but has gone ice cold.
First pitch to Schock. Misses wide of the strike zone, 1-0. Next pitch on the way. This one drilled deep right field. Sends O'Regan back, turning, looking. That one's gone. It's a 2-run home run off the bat of Dan Schock. And for Schock this season, it is his second home run of the year to give New Bedford a 12-4 lead.
Yesterday and today for Dan Schock. So I guess maybe by talking about his little mini slump in the middle of this game, I broke him out of it, as he hit that home run yesterday, single to start this game. 4 straight strikeouts. I happen to mention that he starts to struggle, and then he hits a 2-run opposite field shot, and that was a shot, let me say.
12-4, New Bedford takes the lead as Karsten Sherman steps in. He is 2 for 4, a couple singles and a run scored. He's also walked here tonight. Sherman stands tall from the left side. Webb deals the 1-0. This one sharply grounded up the middle into center field, a base hit. It is hit number 19 for New Bedford. This one off the bat of Sherman. He is now 3 for 5.
Yeah, and it's been tough, really, for Newport tonight. Anyone other than Mora has just not really had any luck getting anybody out.
The Bay Sox offense has been excellent here in this ball game, and they continue to find a rhythm here in the 9th inning. Cody Doyle, the catcher from Sacred Heart, will step in. Bats from the right side. Doyle here tonight is 0 for 5. Looks at the first pitch he sees for ball 1.
He's the only one that hasn't gotten in on the fun for the Bay Sox, the only one that hasn't been on base, and also the only one without a hit.
1-0, swing and a miss. 1-1.
A couple lineouts, a pop out, a ground out, a strikeout, but looking to put his first one in play tonight.
Webb sets and fires. A curveball, nice job by Duvall to block that one. 2 balls. And 1 strike on Cody Doyle.
Doyle's just a little bit cold. He's 0 for his last 9 overall. So looking to break a little bit of a cold snap.
2-1. Check swing on an elevated fastball. 3 balls and 1 strike now on the Sacred Heart catcher who bats in the number 5 spot in Doyle.
I don't imagine he'll be swinging here unless it's a real good pitch to hit.
Webb sets and deals the 3-1. This one sharply grounded up the middle. That one also into center field for a base hit. Sherman will go station to station. He will stop at second base.
And that was a real good pitch to hit. That was a fastball right on the inner half and right where Cody Doyle wanted it. So he has successfully joined the fun with his first hit of the night.
That is hit number 20 of the ball game for the New Bedford Bay Sox.
Number 3, TJ.
So here's TJ Lake, center fielder from West Virginia University. He is 1 for 5 with a single and a run scored here tonight. Bats on the left side. First pitch to TJ Lake, misses inside for ball 1. Already in the inning for New Bedford. 4 runs scored on 5 hits. This one bounced up the middle. Diving is Aldretti. He can't make the play. They're going to wave home Sherman. Here comes Archiolo's throw to the plate. It is in time. Great throw from Drew Archiolo, and the inning is over. Single there from Lake, but a great throw from the Fairfield center fielder, Drew Archiolo. Throws out Karsten Sherman, and the frame is over. But for New Bedford, the Bay Sox grab 4 runs, and they do it on 6 hits. They leave 2 aboard with no Newport errors. The Gulls will take their swings here in the bottom half of the 9th inning, trailing by a score of 12-4, right here on the NECBL Broadcast Network. Welcome back here on the NECBL Broadcast Network. We go to the bottom half of inning number 9 here at Cardines Field in Newport, Rhode Island. It's a 12-4 New Bedford Bay Sox lead. And for a look around the NECBL scoreboard, here is Newport Gulls field reporter Sam Salinger.
And if you Thanks, Darren. We got the final.
Looks like we've got.
We have the final for the Winnipesaukee Vermont game at 4-2, with Winnipesaukee taking the win. We have Upper Valley leading the Keene Swamp Bats 15-0 in the top of the 9th. Danbury leads Sanford 5-2 in the bottom of the 9th as well. Ocean State leads Plymouth 4-1 in the bottom of the 8th. The Valley Blue Sox lead North Adams 7-6 in the top of the 8th, and our Newport Gulls are down 4-8 in the bottom of the 8th.
Thank you so much, Sam, as Cameron Meisner will step in, looks at a fastball up and in from Lamb for ball 1. Meisner here tonight is 0 for 3 with a couple of runs scored and a walk. The 1-0 from Lamb, swing and a miss. Strike 1, 1-1.
Looked like he got him with the changeup that time.
The New Bedford offense has found a rhythm here tonight. That's been the difference. 12-4 the Bay Sox lead as Meisner looks at a fastball about eye high right there. 2 balls and 1 strike to the Missouri left fielder who bats in the leadoff spot for the Gulls here tonight. Third baseman Brophy plays about 5 steps to his left. So does the shortstop Joyce. That's pull side for Meisner. 2-1. Misses letter high. 3 balls and a strike.
And Lamb will throw from different arm slots. He'll throw across. He'll throw from about 45 degrees. He'll also throw from over the top.
3-1 fouled straight back. Nice job there by Meisner. Just missed that one. 3-2. Newport will travel out to Groton, Connecticut tomorrow to take on the Mystic Schooners at 6:05 p.m. Payoff pitch to Meisner. Once again fouled off. We'll do it again. The Bay Sox, on the other hand, they will take on Upper Valley tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. And the Nighthawks could be on their way to a league-leading 10th win here tonight. The 15.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say.
Nothing lead over Keene. Payoff pitch. Fastball, strike 3 call on the outside corner. Down looking goes Meisner.
And there you saw Jake Lamb go to that little drop down with the arm slot. He will throw the changeup out of that arm slot, and then he'll go to the fastball, and then he'll also throw the fastball over the top. It really depends what he wants, because he can get some more lateral movement and drop on his changeup from the side. He can also throw that fastball, or he can drop a changeup in there that just has the bottom fall out of it from the overhead position.
Here's Andrew Dashbach, the designated hitter out of Stanford. He's 0 for 3. He's also hit by a pitch back in the first inning.
And that was it right there.
Looks at a strike on the inner edge. 0-1. Lamb sets the black glove. Belt buckle high. He winds and fires the 0-1 delivery. Another fastball in there for strike 2 on the inside corner. For New Bedford, 2 runs in the second, 5 in the third, 1 in the fourth, and 4 in the ninth. 0-2. Lifted in the air. Straight away right field. Sends Fucci back, reaches up, and makes the play right in front of the right field fence. 2 away.
Fucci had his back right up against that fence. Couldn't have gone back probably another step.
And this is Gabe Snyder, the first baseman from Wright State. 1 for 3 with an RBI double, a ground out, a strikeout, and a sacrifice fly. So 2 RBIs for Snyder here tonight. That's from the left side against Lamb. First pitch fastball taken down and away for a ball.
Yeah, he's had a nice night. He's done his job at the plate, and he's made some terrific defensive plays over at first on some tough hops.
1-0 to Snyder, swung on and missed for strike 1 for Newport. 1 run in the first, 1 in the fifth, 1 in the sixth, and 1 in the seventh. New Bedford has committed 2 errors tonight. Newport has committed just 1. The 1-1 from Lamb on the way. This one drilled to left field. Coming in is Baldelli, who slides and makes the play. That's the ball game. A nice play from Baldelli out and left. And the Gulls fall by a final score tonight, 12-4 to the New Bedford Bay Sox. The Bay Sox currently with a 2-1 series lead over Newport, as the Gulls fall to 4-10 overall. New Bedford improves to 6-6. Don't go anywhere. The Newport Gulls postgame show is up next, right here on the NECBL Broadcast Network. Welcome back here on the NECBL Broadcast Network. The Newport Gulls fall to the New Bedford Bay Sox by a final score of 12-4 here tonight. The win goes to New Bedford Bay Sox starter Brent Teller. He threw 5 innings, allowed 1 earned run on 4 hits. He struck out 4 and walked 1. Taking the loss for the Gulls was starter Trevor Tinder. He allowed 4 earned runs on 8 hits through 2.1 innings pitched, struck out 2 and walked 1. He faced 17 batters. Offensively, it was a game that New Bedford really found an offensive rhythm, out-hitting Newport 21-7 and 12-4 in the runs column. Leading the way for Newport offensively was Ty Duvall. He went 3 for 3 with a run scored, an RBI. He hit his first home run of the season. For New Bedford, they were led by Corey Joyce out of NC Central. He was great at the top of the lineup for the New Bedford Bay Sox. He went 5 for 6 with a run scored, 4 RBIs, and a strikeout. And, well, Alex, you know, when you look at this box score, obviously the hits stand out to you, 21 for New Bedford. But also the pitching for the Bay Sox was excellent as well here tonight. They kept Newport's offense off balance for the most part.
Yeah, 2 things really stand out. 12 runs on 21 hits, and also Brent Teller's performance. He might have been able to go deeper into this game, but he did go 5 innings. He gave up 1 run earned, 2 full, 4 hits, 4 strikeouts, 1 walk. And he really was in control at a time when the game was fluctuating either way. He fell behind early, fell in a 1-0 hole, had an error not go his way in the first inning. He was able to battle back, and he really settled down, because from that second inning on, he was really in command of this game, and he gave his team a chance to put up some runs, and by the time he left, he was up 8-1.
Newport will travel to Groton, Connecticut tomorrow to take on the Mystic Schooners at 6:05 p.m. The Gulls will next be back at home here on Monday night at 6:35 p.m. when they host the Valley Blue Sox here at Cardines Field. New Bedford will take on the Upper Valley Nighthawks tomorrow. And Alex, that is a huge game for this New Bedford team if they want to get over 500.
Yeah, you can say that again. They just got to 500 with this win tonight. Now it's 6-6, but they're going to have to take out Upper Valley, and that's going to be a challenge. Upper Valley, as we said, winning 15-0 right now on the road, and they also beat the Bay Sox the one time the two teams have met previously. They are rolling out north, and I'll tell you what, it's going to be a tough game, but we'll be there to cover it and tell you all the action, so we hope you join us.
Alex, pleasure working with you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Looking
Can't wait to come back here again.
Looking forward to seeing you again soon. Once again, your final score, New Bedford 12, Newport 4. The Gulls fall to 4-10. New Bedford back to 500. They are now 6-6. For my broadcast partner, Alex Levitt, the voice of the New Bedford Bay Sox, I am Darren Zazzle. We'll go down field level to get you the player of the game and to wrap things up here at Cardines Field. But for now, the postgame show will now go over to Gulls field reporter Sam Salinger and Newport Gulls scorekeeper Ben Maxow.
Thanks, Darren. Unfortunately, the Gulls took their 10th loss of the season tonight, but I think there are two big takeaways out of this game. One is we went down big early in this game, and it didn't seem like we had much fight in us until the 5th inning when we put up 3 runs to put us down 4-8. I think another big takeaway is that pitcher Kyle Mora really showed some great stuff today. His curveball was on point. He was putting his fastball in every corner imaginable, and he was striking out batters left and right. I think it's fair to say that might be one of the best pitching performances we've seen by a reliever so far this summer in Newport, and I'm very excited to see him pitch again. Offensively, the Gulls struggled today, but we did show a lot of fight. Our top offensive performer would have to be Ty Duvall, going 3 for 3 with a run and an RBI. Not many other top performers in this game. Cameron Meisner went 0 for 4 with 2 runs with a walk and a strikeout. Andrew Dashback went 0 for 4 tonight, even though his bat has been hot. Gabe Snyder 1 for 4 with 2 RBIs. Tyler Green went 1 for 4 with a run. And Bruce Steele 1 for 4 with an RBI. Drew Archiolo and Carter Aldretti both had no hits on the day. Our pitchers tonight were Tinder, Jack Little, Kyle Mora, and Michael Webb. We saw a solid performance in at least one inning from each of them, but none other than Mora could really hold it together for their entire performance. Tinder, the losing pitcher on the day, gave up 8 hits and 6 runs with 4 of them earned, 1 walk and 2 strikeouts. Jack Little, our second pitcher on the day, gave up 5 hits, 2 runs, and 2 earned with 2 walks and a strikeout. Kyle Mora, our top pitching performer, threw for 4 innings, only giving up 2 hits with 8 strikeouts, recording 5 in a row at one point. And Michael Webb came in last, pitching 1 inning, giving up 6 hits, 4 runs, 4 earned, and a walk. Unfortunately, Webb didn't show his best performance today, but he really has been a great pitcher this entire season. His curveball has been tremendous, and he can really, really place that fastball. J.J. Blade and Cade Cavanis both left the game when they were pinch hit for. J.J. Blade got 1 hit on 3 at-bats, and Cade Cavanis went 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Cade has been relatively streaky so far this summer, but it is no lie that his bat has some serious power. I've seen Cade go off in a few of our batting practices, and it's just a matter of time until he translates that to the field.
Well, I mean, loss like that, what is there really to say? I mean, it didn't. The Gulls, they hung around for a while,
They
but
really did.
you know, I've noticed a theme with these losses, at least for the games at home. It's one big inning, or at least sometimes two. You saw it with Plymouth, you saw it at Danbury, you saw it the first game against New Bedford, and now tonight. It's just everything goes wrong at once. It's a tough one.
That might be our Achilles heel, Ben. You know, we play really good baseball for many of the, and we're gonna send it down to field level to Darren Zad.
Thus far, I think it's just an explosive group waiting to kind of get rolling. We all work extremely hard on on our craft and on our swings. I think it's just a matter of time before we start kind of blowing teams out of the water.
Obviously, you played at Vanderbilt this past spring, an excellent Commodores team. You played in the SEC. What was that like, and how much confidence does that give you coming into the NECBL here this season?
Oh, a lot of confidence for sure. Just playing against the best and seeing the best, it really lets you know what you need to do in order to be successful. So it's really helped me going forward.
Well, Ty, thanks so much, and best of luck the rest of the way. The Newport Gulls postgame show continues next, right here on the NECBL Broadcast Network. We'll wrap things up here tonight at the ballpark, and we'll wrap things up here at the ballpark at Cardings Field in Newport, Rhode Island. The Gulls fall by a final score of 12-4 to the New Bedford Bay Sox. Newport out hitting the ball game 21-7. Once again, Ty Duvall, the player of the game here tonight. The catcher from Vanderbilt went 3 for 3, hitting his first home run of the season. Also, Kyle Mora, the right-hander from UCLA, had an excellent outing out of the Gulls bullpen, throwing 4 innings and striking out 8 batters here tonight. But before we sign off, we'd like to thank everyone who played a role in tonight's broadcast. The executive producer, as well as our director, is Tom Lima. Shannon Carlson is the producer. The audio technician is Lucas Malley. The on-site engineer, Dave Peck. The production assistant is Shannon O'Connell. Our social media coordinator is Meredith Peppis. The statistician is Ben Maxout. Our field reporter here tonight is Sam Salinger. And for the voice of the New Bedford Bay Sox, in Alex Levitt, I am Darren Zaslow saying so long from the city by the sea.